Give me 1 minute here. Get these just up in front of me here. I can get started and just, oh gosh, these windows are. Having a hard time seeing the daggum field. I'm not going to see jack freaking squat on these numbers either. Thanks, Skyridge, for your white and like light orange. Honestly, I'd wait as long as we could here. He's got more paperwork than I do. I mean, I was called in to do this right before our show. Okay. Standing by. I'll have him on the one that's closer here.
A KSL Sports President Game Night Live kicks off now. Sponsored by YouTube.
American Ford. Alex, Region 3, what more could you ask for? It's a mess in this region. Fall break game, get excited for them. We're excited for it. I mean, hey, this is what's great about
JJ, we have no clue.
Yeah.
Based off of what the results have been so far this season, you've got amazing teams right now. Everybody across the country is watching this game.
Yeah, this is a game that a lot of people have interest in, and for obvious reasons, because there's a lot of great talent in this game, Alex. You've got Keneal Sweetwine, who's now an uncommitted senior, who is one of the best athletes in the state. That's already knocked off Lone Peak this season.
No problem.
In region play. And we saw what happened between Skyridge and Lone Peak. The game went to double overtime. So anybody's game tonight. And on top of it, it's fitting that in this region that's been so wild for the last month, we have rainy conditions. The weather's going to play a factor. Tonight feels very predictable.
10 minutes ago, Lone Peak was the best team, not just in the region, but in the entire Canyon, and then suddenly in region play they're 1-2. Who'd have thunk it? I mean, here we are. We're talking about these teams that are all trading places among all the different standings here, of course. And look, on these Wednesday games, you know it too. With the weather being funky, the funky starts to these games are always a little bit different. And so I love to see what these Wednesday matchups bring on a fall break weekend. Cannot wait to get into it.
Justin Hems, Skyridge Falcons 6-2 overall this season, 2-1 in region play. That lost to Corner Canyon. So they had a bye week last week. They've had a chance to rest up for this one. American Fork, they're 6-3 this season, 1-2 in region play. Was an impressive win against Lone Peak. They pulled that one off. A very dramatic game, one of the best games of the year in the state. And Aaron Beam, year in and year out, has done a tremendous job with this program over the past decade. They've been knocking on the door of a state title each and every year. Both of these teams feel like November, and they get a chance to. A game like this has, most importantly, this could impact RPI.
You could see the sheen on the field. And this ball gets kicked off, JJ, you're going to watch it right up, skip a little bit. Players are going to be obviously ball hand.
Fork will kick off. Skyridge will receive. And that's going to go into the end zone for a touchback. So we're going to get to see this Skyridge offense by, like I said, one of the best athletes in the state, Keneal Sweetwine. Last year as a junior, he was terrific, but turnovers were an issue. He's cleaned that up quite a bit, and his numbers show.
He's got a college body, too. They like that length of Sweetwine and see what he does. He's their guide. I mean, where he goes, scoring offense, they can score. Will. Sweetwine can do right here.
Here's his pass attempt. Sweetwine, 25 touchdowns through the air, 10 on the ground.
Yeah, that's the thing is he'll use to throw that football, but I mean 25 touchdowns. It's really funny in high school football. 25 touchdowns, kind of 2/3 of the way through the season. That's like that's nothing. He's got 35 total on the year for his team. They score a lot.
2nd down and 10. That ball was tipped. It's incomplete. And already you're seeing weather's going to have an
impact. The outside linebacker for American Fork. For him to tip, and the wide receiver still had a shot at.
3rd and 10. Snap, and Sweetwater has it. Looking deep. Now he's going to scramble. Trying to get out of the pocket. The pressure's on. The this game.
Yeah, they do. And Samuel Merton, who came up, looked like he was the defender who came up lame on that one. He pulls up. I mean, that's like he comes out of this thing. We watch this happen in the NFL a lot. You see a guy come up and you go, I don't know what he's grabbing. I don't know. He looked like a hamstring or something. Just the importance of trying to get warm in these games, but still able to way long right off the bat here for the Cavemen to be able to be in a good spot here, at least at midfield.
So Sky running end zone.
And this is a tricky long snapper can do.
It's high. He does control. It's limited short.
Our most athletic move of the day has been that punter bringing that snap that was high right to him. If he doesn't pull that thing down, we're already looking at fireworks early.
I thought we were in for something there.
Oh, I got to get this thing to him. So you overcompensate, and it's actually kind of quick on this turf.
The leading rusher, number 10, quarterback right now is Nate Child.
One's played 7 games, the other's played 8. Don't have, I mean, Manuel is the one who throws it to do a lot.
It'll be tough, though, against this front. With his first pass, it's caught. Gets a few extra yards. A great job by 82.
The outside, too, and some wet work. To bring that one in and get an easy first. Nice pickup there, team.
Yeah, Cash Taese was in the future. One of the best young receivers on. We're at exactly.
Knock the ball in there, and that's going to be a for American Fork there.
I mentioned Taese, 222 yards. Childs takes the snap, goes back to Prince Afu in the backfield. They really like to get him going. Be tough against that front.
Yeah, and that's what you're going to see Skyridge. This is what they didn't film all week. They just said, hey, look, it's going to be a lot of this delayed action, a lot of these counters. You're going to see these linemen pull. You got to follow those guys. He likes to shift around, too. They make holes, and he'll actually, if he doesn't see it there quickly, right at the line of scrimmage. And so that front by Skyridge has those integrity and those gaps around the
Throws it to the
Yeah, I led him too much back to his tight end, and Christian Hanshaw didn't even make an effort on that one because I think he knew that wasn't available at all. But you saw the defenders right there at the back. He had to put it there as soon as he could to not throw the pick to the safety, but also got it out of his hands too quickly. His wide receiver wasn't there yet.
So the Cavemen will kick the field goal and get points on the board here.
of not just kicking, because these kids really, when you're doing 9th and 10th grade, the weather is absolutely disastrous for these holders and long snappers, and then the kicker who has to together and try to put it through. So first opportunity, a miss tonight for the Cavemen.
So back where they started, Skyridge at their own 20-yard line. Their second possession begins with a run play. Sweetwine's going to keep to the left. He got a first down and more. Down the sideline, could not keep in bounds, but he comes away with a big gain.
15-yard pickup for Sweetwine. He found that edge, and those defenders tried to keep contained, but, when you're trying to also make sure that coverage is
But
yeah, I think it's Max. No, I think that's Max Rare, the junior catch for Skyridge. He got out there, and they just peeled off into their different route.
yard line. Receiver Tahi in the backfield. Now a motion man. Reverse. And Tahi on the carry. He works his way up near the 15-yard line.
Yeah, all that backfield action didn't fool anybody, but when you hand it off to Tahi a couple of yards deep in the backfield, he's able to just scoot forward, and with that big body, he got himself nice positive yards after being stopped.
It's now second down and 7. Taking their time. Play clock's down to 5. They got to go off the Tahi. Break out to the edge, and he does not get there.
To bottle him up, you can't let him get even past that first or second step. Once you meet him back there and you get those legs going, then you're able to get him for that loss, and I think that was great pursuit. Outside linebackers have a lot ahead of them. They got to try to pin on the edges as well.
No gain, third down and 7. Trips to his left. Where do they mark him?
I think he got there, yeah. Oh, last effort. We've only got him about a half a yard.
A fourth down situation here against a step defense.
I think that, yeah, he's out. No one.
Rolling. interior of that American Fork defense.
Got some big guys there in the middle, too. Jay,
Best of the best. Second down and goal from the 8-yard line. Trips to the right. Sweetwine looks left first, and that's where he's going to go with it. Incomplete. No flags.
yeah, and the defender was, I mean, he was playing him really tight, and it's tough to get out there and make that play. But I tell you, it was well done, and everybody was looking for the flag. I think it was Ocean Bishop who was on that coverage, and he, if he had his arm on the opposite, on the inside of the wideout's body, didn't do much.
That was the intended receiver. Third and goal from the 8. To see the American Fork with us with that. We're doing our best. Friendly.
Yeah, 5 or 3. It's either Jackson
Holding. Offense number 3. Declined. American.
inside the 10. Coach that.
Massive there. American Fork forces the turnover. No points for Skyridge. Go back to the ground. They start this drive 17-yard line. I apologize. I could not get the number on there. It was either, like you said, it was either number
Jackson
3
Theobald.
Jackson Theobald or that was a tremendous play.
Hey, look, if they were making these plays here in the stands in front of us, we would have been black and red numbers.
We just
slides probably early, but I'm sure his parents, his coaches are saying, hey, live to play another down. They're not as egregious on the start of the slide spot in high school as they are in the pros. If you start even thinking about sliding, they'll mark you back there. So got himself to a third manageable here.
So the junior quarterback picks up a few. It's third down and from the 24. Childs has trouble at the snap, gets rid of it, throws to the sticks, incomplete.
Yeah, that was Briggs Parker on that coverage there. He was right there. He knew where that ball was going. And watched Childs the entire way, put his hand on the inside there. Great play on the defensive side of things to turn it right back over again on a 3-out after that pick. No harm done on the American Fork side, but see what Skyridge can do when they get this thing back again.
Yeah, they're thrilled that they kept Skyridge out of the end zone, but disappointed not to get a longer sustained drive here. They'll give it right back to that Skyridge offense. And the more time you give them, the more danger for you. They get the punt off. It's high but short. They take a bounce just past midfield, and
That's your back, and then your Sweetwine. I don't know how excited his coaches are about him rolling out those throws going. He's got to find something the middle of the field, it's going to be a little bit easier to get because those outside throws are tough on nights like this.
Great field position. Fork territory down to the 46.
Yeah, nice little pick. Take it all day. They get 6 right off of the bat there, and that's, I think, what they want to do.
Coming up on 3 minutes to play in the first quarter.
Tahi right the backfield. What did I told you earlier? I go, guess who stays home and likes to eat quarterbacks? It's Javian. Stayed home on the fake. He's the last feet wine to see in the backfield. Boom, lots of yardage. That's a big boy to bring you down. That was a big pop, too.
It was a run, so not a sack, but a TFL for the American Fork defense, and this defense has been outstanding here.
Offensive line in check. Love running it up the gut. They like running up off those guards and off of the center, and so far it hasn't been a lot this evening for Skyridge as they take a timeout.
Okay. Great. 25 UCCU branches across the center to win a Jeep. UCCU love where we got an up close look at the Jeep yesterday. We were at the UCCU branch in Sandy. For JJ and Alex.
I thought it was weird they didn't let us drive it for the month. You know what I mean?
We could have taken it to the game tonight.
We should have told them, hey, look.
Could have used it in this weather.
I have to carpool down to this thing, all right? I'll get on the top.
It's like high school again.
No.
Have for some now.
Just as a reminder, JJ, ineligible. It's all right.
Very angry. Tahi not going anywhere. Wrapped
that.
up again on third down.
Guess who? Nah, right there in the backfield. A little bit of help as well from his middle linebacker. And they have just absolutely. That was 6 yards in the entire drive off of the very first play.
Yeah, that's huge.
Tahi.
This American Fork defense has been the and fair catch signal.
Oof.
I believe that's beam back for the Cavemen.
Yeah, that's beam, and I'll tell you what, defender right in his face there. Well, what for? Probably said something to him as he's trying to pull in that fair catch. That is not an easy one to catch, and he did it. That's all the coaches ask you to do. Make sure you don't get inside that yard line.
Yeah, considering other conditions,
I'm just
Alex, it's the turnover battle is going to be huge in this one.
I'm waiting for that moment where the ball just gets slippery. So far, it's just been the interception. But, man.
There's been some close calls, but nobody has put the ball on the turf yet. 1:45 left to play, first quarter. Childs in shotgun, hands it off to Prince Afu, but first we have a flag. The play never started, and it's going to be a false start.
Dead ball. False start. Offense. Number 69. 5-yard penalty. First down.
From the 8-yard line. This American Fork offense hasn't had the best field position here in the first quarter. $17 on their last after the interception, and now they're backed up to their own 8. And Skyridge is going to bring some heat. Childs has plenty of time, though, to throw and gets it back to the original line of scrimmage. Catch is made. That's Hanshaw.
Yeah, Dyson. Was that Hanshaw? Yeah,
number 8.
Yeah, he's got 2 big tight ends. He's got 9 and 8 who are both 6'5" and 230. and have 8 and 9 on their jerseys, so they're tough to read from up here. But, again, as soon as he came across the middle, biggest body there with the smallest guy, I found him.
And oh, it brought it.
On the edge before
Taisi.
Taisi pulls that thing in. I'll tell you what happened on this one, too. He's getting down as he's going on the sideline. If you watch, that in this weather is bonus points. Call mom, have her cut that one up and send it over to the old
Sports Rewind top 5 nominee. You're going to see that play all weekend. What a catch by Cash.
And this weather, I think the temptation, well, they're not going to throw it up there, but you got some one coverage on the edges, and I think you're going to see some coaches take some shots here because these kids are pretty confident in catching if they're quarterback.
Irish on blitz. And we're not going to see a play. That is going to be the end of the first quarter. Pretty interesting first quarter. Skyridge got their offense going, but an interception kept them out of the end zone. That American Fork defense has done a great job. And after one quarter in this Region 3 matchup, we have no score. Game Night Live will continue with second quarter action right after this.
With affordable GLP-1 medication from Direct. Lots of attention. From old college boyfriends to young college boys. My husband's obsessed.
She loves to make me jealous.
Well, as a woman over 50, losing weight was about as hard as getting my husband to cook anything but cereal.
Honey?
Your hand, babe. Calm today. Want to make out?
Sure.
Okay.
I mean, I was busting ass.
American Fork and Skyridge. First play of the second quarter. Prince Afu on the run for American Fork. They're going to mark him right at the 49-yard line. Just 1 yard short of a first down.
Afu's going to be the key here for this American Fork offense to get rolling because, you know, asking your wideouts, this is a great defensive backcourt, too, for Skyridge. It's got a lot of history, of course, of being really good backing up that pass defense, but they got big guys up front. But Afu's got to get going. Nice little 3rd and 1 here to be able to maybe punch in that first down of the second quarter here.
They go back to him. He lost his footing. He lost his footing as soon as he took the handoff.
Yeah, it's tough. I don't know what you do on right here. I mean, I guess you punt it. The wisdom is, hey, just punt that thing off. I don't even think it was Afu who took that snap. It ended up being that 28. Yeah, Madden Jensen took that one and tripped immediately right when he went into the line there.
So they'll play the right at the 9. So now it's Skyridge who has to deal with some bad field position.
Yeah,
This defense has been great. Let's see what they do here.
Is this what we dialed up? We say, hey, we're going to have a field position battle on a Wednesday night game here down here.
Not what we expected when we booked this game in Region 3 action. You haven't seen a lot of these.
No, but, the weather sort of dictates this stuff. And then, once you start to find those rhythms, even if they're not good rhythms, you kind of stay in those ruts a little bit, too, sometimes.
First and 10 from the 9. It's a handoff. That was number 23 on the carry.
Davis Fyans on that carry around the edge there. Not much doing. I don't even think he may have gotten 2 on that one, but little jet sweep action. I think it's an RPO. I think he could keep it, Sweetwine, if he wanted to. Decided to hand it off to his wideout.
Gain of 3, 2nd and 7. Trying to set up a receiver screen to Tahi out of the backfield, and that's going to give him a first down.
Look, if you've got stuff in your arsenal like that you just know, hey, let's get Tahi out to the outside. We've got some soft coverage over here on the wideouts if they're set up as trips or if they got that slot kind of set back. Then you've got extra blockers and a little bit of cushion, and that was an easy 12 yards on that one.
So first and 10 from just short of the 23-yard line. Tighter formation. They're going to go Sweetwine rolling left. Just avoids the sack. Now he's going to take a shot. And that was almost intercepted.
And that would have been his second one, too. That was Noah Beam on that one.
That was Beam with a 5.
So you've got a couple of poor decisions. I mean, the setup is there, but you see, I'm not exactly sure where he's going. If he's leading his wide out on that one, Sweetwine, or just gets away from him, but ended up first at the safety's feet before it did his own wide out.
Incomplete, so they maintain possession. 2nd and 10 from the 22. We're under 10 minutes to play in the half. Sweetwine looking across the middle this time. He's open. It's incomplete.
What a play. Get one hand in there, and that makes it happen, because if you don't, you're watching that wideout go all the way to the end zone, and the defensive back for American Fort got his hand in there at the last second and saved an absolute touchdown. It would have been the first big real chunk play of the game for either team, and instead ends up being another great defensive play.
Talmadge Oswald was the intended receiver. He was very close to having a 78-yard touchdown. But great job by that American Fork secondary, who has been up to the challenge so far. 9:44 left in the half. Sweetwine with trips to his left. He's going to look that direction. Over the middle, throws, catches made, first down. And more. Hunter Sheffield moves the chains for Skyridge.
Yeah, and you saw what they did. It's the same kind of action you saw in the first time that they did this and got a big chunk. They widen these guys out, but Tahi comes out of the backfield, and that fools some people to stay home a little bit, so that soft middle is right there for his wideout to make that thing. Sheffield was wide open.
Now they go to Tahi on the run. Tahi gets 5 up to midfield. So the Skyridge offense now finding some rhythm.
Yeah, good stop by Luke Broadbent. That was a great open field tackle and actually put a real hurt on Tahi. I mean, you gotta hit that guy hard anyway to bring him down, but that was a one-on-one deal. He lets him get away. He's going to go for an extra 15 or 20.
2nd and officially 6. Back to Tahi. He's got first down yardage.
Yeah,
down to the 42.
These counters, these sort of delays, that they'll eat you up because those gaps open just a little bit more. Look how much this shifts over, and then he just finds that back edge of the backside of his right tackle there, and he just sneaks past it. That's an easy pickup.
Skyridge offense has momentum. 1st and 10 from the 42. Sweetwine almost intercepted again.
What a great read. Holy cow.
Number 29.
Lincoln Miller
not only could have had an interception, but he may have been able to go the other way with it.
And what was impressive about that was he didn't bite on the fake. They've been setting it up with Tahi on that outside counter. He doesn't bite. He stays home. Stays right there. And I'll tell you what, it was a great play by him. He stepped right in that passing lane. He watched film this week.
8:31 left in the half. 2nd and 10 from the 42. Sweetwine all alone in the backfield is going to run. He's so dangerous in the open field. What an athlete. They finally push him out of bounds. 55-yard line. Skyridge, 35 yards. Keneal Sweetwine, same play, different result, right up the middle for a score.
Yeah, what was different about it, JJ, was, like I was saying, it's just interesting to see what they do with that trips right, and then they had the two wide receivers set to the left. They spread everybody out. They make them think, hey, we're gonna go at it here. What he did was just walked into the end zone because everybody was so spread out, looking to make their coverage their coverage assignments. And fool me once. Let's see if they do it again later in the game here. But that was a nice setup because they had all those wide receivers on both sides just spread all the way out. No back in the backfield. Easy run in for Sweetwine.
The extra point is down, up, and good. The Skyridge Falcons take a 7-0 lead. And here's another look at how they did it.
Hey, you got the center who
lead. And he runs like a deer. This is why he's being recruited by some of the top schools in the country. He's at one point committed to BYU, has backed off that commitment. Haven't asked him about it personally, but you can imagine with all the big-name quarterback, a young freshman quarterback in Bear Bachmeier, the 5-star coming in here at some point in the next 2 or 3 years. Probably not a lot of playing time for a young quarterback.
Yeah, these kids have to make some tough decisions, man.
It is tough.
And you get an offer from a big Power 4 school, and then you say, you know what? I've got to try to figure out if I'm going to go play somewhere first. I would love to play ball and not just watch it.
No chance on the return, so American Fork will get the ball to their own 20-yard line.
So this is where the difference is, too, JJ. You've seen that the defense of Skyridge is dialed up just a touch more against this American Fork front. American Fork on defense has been holding things down and just kind of keeping it together. And those two quarterback draw plays spread you out so much, and they make you just feel absolutely exposed, and then you are on the touchdown. And then you feel like, okay, all this trench play that's been working for us, we got away from it a little bit. We didn't stay home on that one, and we got eaten up on that quarterback draw. But we'll see if this defense from Skyridge takes a little heart, and then they button it down a little bit more even too.
Okay, Prince Afu in the backfield with Childs. First down and 10, they're going to go to Afu. Great effort. There was almost a TFL there. He fights for a couple yards.
Yeah, no business to get anything in the gap that he chose to go into, which looked like between two of his offensive linemen here. There's no gap. He just finds one. He just goes right up against his guys. Says, I'm going to push my head right through here. And there he is, picks up 3 or almost 4 even on that first run after getting met in the backfield.
They've been patient with the run game. They figure it's a matter of time before they break a big one, especially with that size up front. They got a great offensive line, big tight ends. Childs will throw it on second down. Out in the flat, caught. That's going to move the chains.
I mean, that's a heck of a catch right there on the outside.
That's David Dean.
David Dean. I mean, and that's a tough throw to make on the outside, JJ. You're the quarterback of the two of us. Like, to make that throw, he was in the middle of the field between the hashes, makes that throw in the rain, I mean, at least in the wet weather, to his wide receiver. And he had just enough space to make a catch and put 1 foot down as he slid out.
It's got to be on the money. If you throw it behind the receiver, that could be a pick six.
You got all these amazing catches that American Fork has had tonight. It seems they can cash him in at some point.
They hope to break through on this drive. 7:28 left in the half. 1st and 10 from the 33. Childs will throw. He's got time. Out of the flat, he threw that one short.
Now, in this case, you've got a guy who's wide open. His tight end is just sitting there, ready to take that catch. That was Christian Hanshaw again. And that one he misses on. The other ones are these crazy tight windows. Guys wide open on the right side. And either, again, there could be some slipping issues. You don't see young men like that miss throws that badly because he's been making these other throws that have been incredible. So you can see some of that insecurity with the ball. Cold hands, trying to keep them dry, too. It's tough.
So 2nd and 10. Childs takes the snap. Throws quickly. Catch is made. That's Dean again. Turns back upfield, tries to get more yards, but is not able to do so.
Yeah, lucky to get it off. You had the corner. You had the corner coming in, Briggs Parker, on that corner blitz, and they decided, or on that safety blitz, they said, "Hey, we're just going to bring one of our extra defensive backs here, right off of the edge, right around the corner." And luckily, he got that ball off, and the result is exactly what you want because you have a little bit of extra space when that one DB clears the area there for you.
Under 7 minutes to play in the half. 3rd down and 6. Childs with the blitz coming. Gets rid of it. Takes a shot deep. Dean can't get there. Tried to hit Dean. Needed just a little bit more air on it, but he was under duress with that blitz coming.
You saw one of his offensive linemen pulling him up from the turf there. He maybe has a quarter second extra. Maybe he does get that little extra air underneath it because Dean was just ahead of the corner who was covering him in single coverage.
It was the right read, but they can't connect. So it'll be 4th down, and once again, American Fork has to punt.
They've been getting close on these, JJ.
It's a nice high punt. It's live. No fair catch, and a great return. Briggs Parker all the way up to the 49-yard line.
That's a difference right there is when Parker gives you that 21-yard return there, as it was caught at the 29. That's such a difference maker for an offense to be able to start at the 50 or at your, just inside the 50 on your side of the field versus letting that thing bounce, having to start off things at the 21-yard line.
This defense has had to do a lot. Can they make another stand here? They finally broke on that last drive with a Sweetwine 35-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, they're going to have to stay honest on a couple of things, which might actually open up some of the other concepts that they were trying earlier.
Sweetwine with the play action. He's going to take a shot. No, he's going to push short. It's intercepted. Gunnar Michaelis. That is 2 picks tonight for Sweetwine. I just wondered if that American Fork defense could come up with another play, and they do.
Sweetwine has gotten himself into some trouble already, not just with the 2 picks, but he's had near misses as well. I'm not sure he was throwing to there. It almost, if we see the replay, we might be able to tell if it got tipped at the line. It was so out of character because
it looked weird out of his hand.
It didn't look normal coming out of his hand. It also, there was no Skyridge wide receiver in the area.
So American Fork takes over in Skyridge territory at the 46-yard line. Child's going to go under center for the first time tonight. He's going to throw it. Blitz comes, takes a shot deep. Got his man, touchdown!
What a catch.
Number 85 with the catch. Ty Holmstead, the sophomore receiver.
6'3", he's a big target, and I'll tell you what, you talked about having a little bit of extra time. What actually gave him the extra time, JJ, was the play action from under center. He gets a tiny bit of extra time, and guess what he did? He put a little bit more air into that ball. His sophomore wide receiver didn't have to do anything. He just beat his man. The ball was right there. What a throw. That was an absolute dime there in this weather. Phenomenal throw there. It was just absolutely beautiful on that one. The fake and everything. The under center, great touch.
After this offense has struggled in the first half, 1 play, 46 yards. Holmstead with the catch. Just his 12th catch of the season. But it goes 46 yards for the touchdown. And just like that, we are tied.
Straight down the middle of the field. I don't even know if he was. You see, and again, it gave him just that extra time. That play action kept everybody a little bit at home. Whatever pressure they wanted to bring off of the edges, they sort of had to stick for just a little bit longer on that play action. That's why they do it in the NFL so much that way, right? Because it just buys a tiny bit more time. You got to stay with that back for just 1 second to make sure that he doesn't go, or that he doesn't have the ball. And man, what an execution on that one. For like we cover a lot of these games, and all these guys are in shotgun or pistol all game long, going under center, and then throwing a bomb off of it. Nice move.
That's exactly what American Fork needed. And we got a tie ball game with 6:14 left to play in the half. The weather, I think, has impacted things, slowed things down a little bit, maybe caused a couple of those turnovers. But this half of football has delivered. Two heavyweights, two of the best teams in the state, putting on a show here tonight. Let's see how Skyridge counters. They're not going to get a chance for a return. That's into the end zone for the touchback. They'll start this drive at their own 20.
So Sweetwine's going to feel some pressure here. And it's the kind of pressure you don't want somebody who already threw 2 picks to have.
Yeah.
And you feel like you need to maybe overdo it a little bit. If I'm Skyridge, if I'm trying to look at what I want to do to try to get things back, I go right back to Tahi and I say, hey, we need you to run the football, get your guy a little bit more comfortable right now. Then we can open up the passing game. I don't know if you go right back to these rollout throws that all night long have been read by American Fork really well.
1st and 10 from their own 20. Tahi, plenty of room to run. Leaps over a defender. What a play!
Are you allowed? You can't do it anymore, right?
I believe you're not allowed to do that, but it was fun to watch.
I'll tell you what. You're ruining the fun with the flag right there. I get it. It's for the safety aspect of it. But look at the air that Tahi gets. And it wasn't even like that's a gazelle. That is a sweet situation right there. I was waiting to see if a penalty flag was going to come in because I couldn't remember. I think at this level you just can't do it.
Yeah.
There's no.
Oh, they're going to wave it off. Look at that.
First
Too
down.
beautiful of a play. Can't throw a flag on it, JJ. That's what they said. I think that was the exact conversation they had in that referee huddle.
So when Noah Sewell was at Orem, obviously a tremendous athlete.
It was his rule. They made it for him.
He was jumping over dudes, and he was getting flagged for it. We're like, why? Why? Little Mason Wake action going on there. Sweetwine, plenty of time. To the left. Catch is made.
Wide open. Lincoln.
And out of the backfield is Tahi.
Hey, listen, he sneaks down the field, and he's the guy who's furthest down the field. Tahi sneaks out of there. I don't know if he started off out of the backfield or if he came out as a slot. But, man, that was as big of a chunk play as we've seen in the entire half. It's exactly what Skyridge needed.
Our first game of the year of Game Night Live was Skyridge and Mountain Ridge, and Tahi showed his skills as a receiver. He was the star of that game, and he's doing it again tonight. Sweetwine working his way through that defensive front and is one broken tackle away from scoring again.
Yeah, he doesn't get tripped up right there, and he's making a spin move as he did it. Looked like the defender who got him was out of American Fork was Beckham Reese, who's just the last line of defense there, because if he doesn't make that stop, Sweetwine's in the end zone again. Favoring the quarterback run there.
Yep, Sweetwine carries it again.
They're just keeping going here. Might as well. I mean, if it's going to work. And, again, that'll keep that confidence growing, too, a little bit. Like, hey, either throw these wide open routes that we know we're going to be open. Let's not get this guy in traffic. Or pull that ball down and run it. You can just out-athlete guys into the end zone.
5:09 left in the half. All tied at 7, but Skyridge is in the red zone. Big drive for Tahi, and now Sweetwine has him at the 9-yard line. 1st and goal from the 9. Sweetwine looks at the end zone to throw. Over the middle, incomplete. Good coverage. He was looking for number 2, Hunter Sheffield.
Yeah, and Sheffield was there, and he kind of ran into his guy and hoped that he was kind of going to get a charity call there toward the end, and ended up being just the ref looked at it and said, hey, man, you ran straight into him. Both the guy on offense and the defender have to look for that ball. You can't just run into each other and then throw your hands up and ask for a penalty.
5:05 left in the half. Now 2nd and goal from the 9. Sweetwine. Tahi up the middle. Tahi into the end zone.
Yeah.
Touchdown, Skyridge. And it's fitting that Tahi finishes the drive with 6.
Yeah, and what they did here on this action too, JJ, I mean, a nice draw up, and they're taking what they're being given, because you have to stay home on Sweet Wine, because I think the key to this is too, he hands the ball up and then kind of acts like he's about to run to the outside, and some guys just sort of get caught up in their footing, and then suddenly the gap is open, and Tahi, that's all he needed. He walked in.
Falcons will try to tack on the extra point. It's not going to happen. Ball's loose. That could be picked up. It's finally recovered, but bottom line, Skyridge doesn't get the point. And in a game like this, that could come back to haunt them.
Yeah, and the special teams on slick. It's not even raining, but look how wet it was. Look how wet it is.
Yeah, you can see the shine on the field. It's not because of the lights.
Yeah, Tahi walked in there, but look at the action right here where these two defenders had to stay home just a little bit instead of staying in any gaps, instead of staying on that line of scrimmage. They kind of just chased the quarterback there a little bit, and those draw plays are killer. And I don't know if you had the option of keeping it or handing it off, but right decision to hand it off to Tahi. He just walked in.
Terrific execution. Game Night Live is powered by Utah Community Credit Union. Celebrate 25 UCCU branches across the Wasatch Front and enter to win a Jeep. UCCU, love where you bank. So American Fork answered the last Skyridge touchdown. Can they do it again before the half? We've got 5 minutes left. It took them just one play on their last possession. Alex, it feels like these teams are feeling each other out. Obviously, they know each other well. They play every year, but starting to feel some things out and making some adjustments and finding things that work.
Yeah, so what's the next iteration of American Fork? You saw Skyridge came back with something a little bit different. They said, hey, we're going to keep this thing on the ground. Then a running back toss out of the backfield was just absolutely a dime down the field and killing them on the ground. We'll see what the answer is from American Fork this time around.
They can return this. Follows his blockers, but he's tripped up. Nice job by the return team, the kickoff team for Skyridge. So this drive will start at the 20 for American Fork.
Plenty of time. Also, I haven't seen any of these teams. Maybe one took a timeout. I don't know how many.
Yeah, Justin Henn took a timeout earlier.
One timeout on the
AF
Skyridge
has all
side.
3.
Yeah, and so you're going to see some good clock management, I bet, out of these two teams here winding down. I'd be surprised if we only see even just one score. We might see a couple.
Starting to dry out a little bit. No longer raining. Childs over the middle. Excellent throw. Finds a gap in the zone and hits number 82.
That's his sophomore wideout again.
Yeah, it's Cash. Cash Taisi with another catch. Great play by Childs, throwing it over the defense into that seam.
Yeah, and you saw how wide open he was, and because the defender got to him so quick, I thought, whoop, that's dangerous right across the middle.
Oh,
but you know what? Led him perfectly.
Very difficult. And he got hit on the blitz, too. Terrific play by Childs. So now they're at their own 40-yard line, 1st and 10. Go back to the run. And that just has not been there. That front has been stingy in the middle.
And they're staying home. You know, I think you saw that play. Number 27 from Skyridge comes in there. Sukafina, who makes that play, the senior linebacker, comes straight in, says, we're not doing this. We're not going to get you inside and out of our gaps here. We're going to make sure that you stay home, and jumped on him for no gain.
It was Madden Jensen on the carry. It'll be 2nd and 10 from the 40, no gain. Coming up on 4 minutes left to play in the half. Trips to his right. Childs takes the snap. Looking that direction. Fires. Batted down at the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, big number 11 got his hands up there. Harvey Moyai, who gets that big 6'4" frame right up in front of the quarterback, and timed it well too. Like, wasn't in his face, just at the line, got that hand up, and that big old mitt took it right down.
So now 3rd and 10. So after that nice pass play, American Fork is in a 3rd and long.
And they got this 3-man front here. See if they bring pressure other than just those 3, or if they're just going to kind of go to this full pass if they're going to go to this full, I would imagine some pressure is going to come from somewhere, not just be the three-man rush.
Linebackers are stepping up. They back off. So it's a three-man rush. Tries to get it in that seam again, and it's incomplete.
So you had 3 wideouts, and you had 5 DBs out there, including double coverage right there. Decent throw to get it away from the defender by
Dean,
Childs.
the intended receiver.
But heck of a play there. 17 on the defense here, Adam Warren right there with his hand in the middle.
Warren plays both ways. Not many in Region 3 do, but he's one of them. So with 4 minutes left in the half, Skyridge gets the ball back. Cavemen forced to punt, and that's almost blocked. He doesn't get it away. It's a nice high punt.
Decent punt, yeah.
They'll take that. Not returnable, and it's going to bounce out at the 24-yard line. So that's where Skyridge will start this drive. Wasn't a problem on the last drive. They marched 80 yards for the score.
Yeah.
And they got plenty of time to do it again.
It's a dumb thing, but how close Skyridge keeps getting on these punts, and they're forcing punts. That's the other thing. If American Fork doesn't make an adjustment, maybe getting that punter to get that thing off just a little bit quicker, we might see a special teams play that could be a disaster for AAF a little bit later in the night. They just keep getting closer and closer, and American Fork's not making any adjustments on the punt side of things.
1st and 10 from the 24. Sweetwine will throw. Takes a shot deep over the middle. He's open. Too much on it. Incomplete.
Just absolute. I mean, it was so close. That was Davis Fiennes who made that, or who was right there. And he beat his guy. He's up the middle of the seam. Just barely missed him long on that one. Sweetwine. Wish he's got that one back for sure.
The opportunity was there. No safety. Beat his man. He was open. Could not connect. So a break for American Fork. 2nd and 10 for Skyridge. Tahi's in the backfield with Sweetwine. Now we've got a flag. I think the clock hit 0.
Man, it might be a delay.
They got a timeout.
Timeout.
Yeah, before
Coach M called
Skyridge.
timeout before the clock struck 0.
Interesting what they're doing on the American Fork side of the defense. They're going from this. They are in a three-man front look, and they're rotating up and down. You're seeing corners and outside linebackers, or safeties and outside linebackers, sort of switching back and forth. And it looked like Sweetwine was going, I'm going to wait for this thing to get set, and then they wouldn't. They would come back again, and they would switch again, and he just didn't like it, and Coach bailed him out with a timeout.
So both teams back on the field. 2nd and 10 with 3:53 left to play in the half. This is a huge opportunity for Skyridge to take control of this game. Tahi in motion. Sweetwine will keep. Sweetwine dancing, fighting through that interior. He's not going to get to the sticks, but a good run on 2nd down. They're going to stop his forward progress just past the 30-yard line.
Yeah, you're not going to get Sweetwine down on the first hit. He's too big of a body. He moves too much too. He's shifting around. You notice a lot of times he's going into defenders. He's already backward because he's spinning on them. And these defenders are having a hard time wrapping up on him. So you're not going to get him down on the first hit. You've got to make sure and be that sure tackler and get him, because that's a 3-yard pickup. Instead, it turns into 6 or 7. AF takes
American Fork, that's their first charge time out of the half.
We're going to take a timeout as well. 3:16 left to play in the half. Skyridge leads American Fork 13-7. We'll be back with 3rd down and 3 after this.
With affordable GLP-1 medication from Direct Meds, I've lost weight but gained lots of attention. From old college boyfriends, hi, to young college boys. Oh, honey. And my husband's obsessed.
She loves to make me jealous.
Well, as a woman over 50, losing weight was about as hard as getting my husband to cook anything but cereal.
Honey, where's the milk?
In your hand, babe.
Oh.
Visit directmeds.com today. Want to make out?
Sure.
Okay.
3rd and 3 for Skyridge. Sweetwine picks up the first down, no problem. Now to the 36-yard line. So that'll move the chains. First down for the Falcons. Coming up on 3 minutes left to
So
play.
they've done enough now, JJ, with their offense that they are making American Fork think about everything, right? A lot of the same plays being run out of different sets. You've got to honor Sweetwine's, running ability. You've got to make sure and stay home on those. Tahi will burn you. They can get you downfield. The only place that hasn't worked for him is coming across the middle with those throws.
Sweetwine in trouble. Flushed out of the pocket. Throws on the run. Incomplete. It was high.
Yeah.
But you're probably just grateful you didn't get sacked at that
What do they call that one? It's like the blender.
Yeah.
It's like the old Mixerino there in the backfield. Yeah, defensive lineman didn't fall for it, and that's forced him out. He had his guy wide open, but he just got a little bit too quick on the trigger pull on throwing to him out there and wide.
Dalinoff applied the pressure. Number 61. 2nd and 10 from the 36. Clock stopped on the incompletion. 2:36 left in the half. Sweetwine will throw again. Over the middle. Too high, incomplete. He was trying to get Sheffield.
Yeah, these last two throws have been there for Sweetwine. He's kind of looking a little bit dumbfounded in the backfield there, because a little bit upset with himself, because it was 2 throws with 2 of his guys who were open because of the route concepts that confused AF a little bit. And so you have a guy just dragging across the middle, might be wide open in that case. Hunter Sheffield was wide open. He would have gone. Missed him.
Instead, it's 3rd and 10 from the 36. A chance for American Fork to get Skyridge off the field. Sweetwine, pressure comes. Steps in the pocket. Catch is made. He's got a first down.
Yeah, that was a great catch. Adam Warren right there, picking that one up, and just a nice, easy target in the middle of the field to get that confidence back on the throws. So just throws it right into his breadbasket. No defender could get to him, and easy first down. They needed that.
Huge play for Skyridge, a setback for American Fork. It was so close to ending that drive. Coming up on 2 minutes left to play, and now the Falcons have a new set of downs from their own 49-yard line. Three-man rush. Sweetwine hands it off to Tahi. Tahi gets through that first line and gets out past midfield to the 46-yard line of American Fork.
I'm a simple man, JJ. I want that play on every first down if I've got Tahi in my backfield. I mean, it's just has there been a lot of those moments where it hasn't picked up 5 or 6 yards every time to start a drive off? It's great to be at 2nd and 5 or 2nd and 4.
Sweetwine will pass. Now rolls left. Avoids pressure going to the end zone. Incomplete. No flag.
Yeah, Skyridge
was not a catchable ball.
Yeah, Skyridge wanted the penalty on that. And, the American Fork defender, I don't know if he was being smart or if he just decided, you know what, I know I'll get away with this one because it's uncatchable. But, yeah, he definitely put some hands on him, but ball wasn't anywhere near the wideout.
So that brings up 3rd and 5 from the 46. Another chance for American Fork to get a stop here with 1:22 left.
That'd be nice for them to get the football back, and their coach is telling them, hey, this is probably 2-down territory for Skyridge. Probably have 2 downs to get 5 yards.
Tahi. First down and more. Tahi up the middle, still running. Inside the 30. Breaking tackles all the way to the 25-yard line.
Can't dance with this kid to bring him down from behind. You cannot grab his hips and try to grab that jersey. How many defenders are just, is he right here? One missed one there. Boom, another
There's
missed one
2
there.
more.
Somebody else tries to drag him down from behind. It's not happening. Tahi is an absolute beast, man.
Coming up on a minute left. 1st and 10 from the 26. Sweetwine has time. Here comes the pressure. Up in the air. Intercepted. Another drive ends with a pick.
It's funny, too, because that wasn't even the good interception. You saw the first defender get his hands on it, and he drops it. It was Luke. It was
Samson Thompson gets the tip drill.
Yeah.
What a huge play for American Fork.
Great play. And Jackson Tealball was looking for his second one. It would have been a pick 6. Right there, they're both. He's saying, let me have that one, man. I could have taken it to the house. But instead, it's the 3rd pick of the half for Sweetwine, who's in disarray right now. They're up by a touchdown. Oh, man, there are a lot of missed opportunities there. And look where this ball goes. As soon as Tahi makes that break, Sweetwine puts it on his face mask. That thing bounces up in the air, and defense just had to catch that thing out of midair, going slow, and that was it.
Jackson Theobald almost had his second pick, but his teammate beat him to it. One of them was going to get it there. Childs throwing. Catch is made at the sticks. Clock will stop momentarily while they move the chains. American Fork does have 2 timeouts left in this half. They would love to get some points here.
Hanshaw's been incredibly reliable with the hands this half. He's just been really that target that Childs has needed, and he's gotten him every time.
35 seconds. Over the middle, catch is made. They're into Skyridge territory. The Cavemen are moving, but they got to hurry.
David Dean making that catch. The clock stops again, like we said, with that first down. How critical has that interception now become from Sweetwine? Because 2-minute drill is already difficult enough to try to defend. And now you've got this spread offense out there, and you're going quick, and things open up a lot for quarterbacks and their offenses on these 2-minute drills.
Nice
that was
ball.
a great ball and an awesome catch to reel that one in from Dean.
Momentum is a funny thing. It looked like Skyridge was marching down, about to take control of this game. A ball doesn't bounce their way, and suddenly American Fork has a chance for points here before we go to the half. And remember, American Fork will receive the second half kickoff. So a chance to stack up some points here for American Fork. Even a field goal would be massive and cut this lead to 3.
I think the Cavemen still have 1 timeout after this left as well, and so I think you're working with first downs. You're working to stop the clock that way. You can clock it, of course, with throwing the ball into the ground, and then you have that extra timeout. Use it wisely here.
32 seconds left in the half. Childs, pressure comes, gets rid of it. Wide open, the catch is made. Out past the 40-yard line. That's not at the sticks, though. The clock will continue to run. They're going to take a timeout.
Yeah,
I believe that was number 9. Was that 8 or 9?
That was Hanshaw again.
Hanshaw again.
Easy target out there in the middle. I mean, it's just been dragging him across the middle. He's been easy there, and he's disappointed he didn't get to the sticks either, because when you're that far into the middle of the field, you get tackled right there, you have no choice but to take the timeout because your guys aren't going to get set quick enough to get any plays off.
Give credit to Gray Sharp, who made the tackle there to keep him short of the sticks, forcing the Cavemen to take the timeout. But they are at the Skyridge 40-yard line. 25.5 seconds left in the half. Cavemen have a shot here to get something on the board.
Yeah, stranger things have happened, JJ. We've seen it all, I think, at this point. But if you're Skyridge and you're the coaches on that Skyridge, coaching them up on defense, you go, look, you know exactly where they can't get in 25 seconds. So don't let them get there. They could even play and get a first down here, but do not let them get any further than that. They don't have any timeouts left.
Childs, no pressure. Throws, catch is made. They try to turn upfield. You got to get out of bounds, and they give him the out of bounds. That was close.
Well, this is why you can tell some of these guys haven't had all these. I mean, this is your sophomore wide receiver. Instead of turning inside into the field, I know you want to make a play. The best play is to turn outside and get out of bounds, but they gave him, even though the defender had actually held him up and pushed him backward, and then he went out.
In the NFL, the clock would still be running. So he gets up to the 30-yard line, 1st and 10. 19.8 seconds left for the Cavemen. Childs takes the snap. 3-man rush, steps up in the pocket. Now he's going to run. If he's going to go, he better go quick.
Got to get
out of bounds, and he does at the 20-yard line with 11.4 seconds left. Now, it'll be first down. You're at the 20. You take a shot at the end zone here, but you don't have any timeouts left.
Yeah, it has to be a shot to the outside. And you got to at least get it to your guy or miss him on the outside. Otherwise, the clock is going to stop because you get that first down. You got to make sure, with no time left. Can't afford to just throw up a pick here, obviously. And if you're going to miss, you got to do it on the outside here.
Let's see if they can complete the 2-minute drill. 11.4 seconds left. 1st and 10 from the 20. And they could not get it off. That is a delay of game.
They have no more timeouts left. And
Offense, 5-yard penalty, first down.
And if you end up having to kick this, that matters a lot.
Yeah, and who knows how the coach is feeling after a missed 29-yard field goal in the first quarter. that missed extremely wide left, and snapping has still not become a fun thing for these specialists on this slick turf.
So after the penalty, 1st and 15 from the 25, 11.4 seconds left. Childs looking, gets rid of it, throws it out of bounds, and the clock's going to stop with 4.6 seconds left. And American Fork is going to line up for a field goal attempt.
Yeah, they're running the kicking team out here. Again, these days, these kids are either missing 29-yarders or they're making 60-yarders. I can never tell what's going to happen with these specialists at the high school level.
Number, I believe, 25 is the kicker, Jet Prestwich.
Lining up for a 42-yarder there with the knee down of the holder right there.
And now Skyridge is going to try to ice him.
Don't worry. I think he was already iced. He's trying to make a 42-yarder in some wet weather.
This would be quite an attempt. Now, American Fork has had some success in the kick game. They beat Lone Peak on a last-minute kick that won the game for them. Prestwich, a senior kicker.
Yeah, so we'll see here. I mean, the good news is you gave yourself a shot. And here's the other thing that happens is a missed extra point makes it a field goal difference if this kick is made. Skyridge says
it's Prestwich. Lamborn kicked the earlier attempt. What number do we have on the kicker?
I thought it was 25 as
then
well.
That is Prestwich. Here's the attempt. It's up. It is
Missed
no
it
good. So frustration for American Fork. They get the turnover. They have a chance to put some points on the board, and they cannot convert. That is how this first half ends. Alex, that was a pretty fun first half. A lot of wild momentum shifts. Turnovers were a factor for Skyridge. The American Fork defense stepped up. Other than that 46-yard shot for American Fork, the offense struggled tonight.
Yeah, and it was 0-0 at the end of the first quarter, and then we saw a little bit of an explosion of 3 touchdowns. Skyridge misses that extra point. That could come up big a little bit later. But American Fork, they're feeling okay. They're at home. They get the ball first in the second half. And if I'm them, I'm going, look, get in front of your team and you say, we're a touchdown and an extra point away from leading this thing. And on a night like this, that's all you need. Just stay close with them, because with the way that Sweetwine's been playing and been loose with that ball, my goodness, you're going to be able to give yourself a shot here. Skyridge is not putting the points up that they're used to.
Yeah, a chance to go back into the locker room, make some adjustments, and if American Fork can come out and score a touchdown to open the second half, we're going to have ourselves a very interesting game moving forward. So, great first half. Look forward to the second half. But before we do that, we've got a scholarship to give away. Once again, UCCU has done a great job in the community, and this is one of the great things they do. Utah Community Credit Union and KSL Sports are happy to award $500 scholarships throughout this year's high school football season as a part of Game Night Live. And tonight, we're proud to recognize Ellie Carneseca from American Fork High School. Ellie is service-oriented and a very hard worker. She was a member of student council her sophomore and junior years, helping plan and organize events at the school. She's currently maintaining a 4.0 GPA and already earning college credit. She's an incredibly kind and friendly person, and American Fork High is a better place with Ellie there. Congrats to Ellie, and thanks to UCCU. UCCU, love where you bank. We've got second half action coming up in 15 minutes. Skyridge leads American Fork 13-7 in this big Region 3 matchup in the final week of the regular season here on Game Night Live.
Welcome back to the UCCU Saving Spotlight.
Today's play of the day goes to Becky, a single mom who just got her son Max a youth debit card from UCCU.
This is a big win for Max, who knows that UCCU mobile banking makes it easy for his mom to add money to his debit card anytime.
It's also a big win for Becky, who knows it also makes it easy to monitor her child's spending anytime. Final score, 1 happy son, 1 responsible mom.
With the assist from UCCU.
Another weekend of high school football is now in the books, and Week 9 was dressed to the nines in this week's edition of the Game Night Live highlight reel.
You know what it requires to win. You have to show up and be ready to go week in, week out. So get it done.
Bucket list hikes, local races, challenging adventures, that one goal that means so much to you. Salt Lake Running Company has the gear and expert advice you need to start and finish strong. You'll be crushing that goal before you know it. With our trained and knowledgeable staff, an award-winning custom shoe fit process, and the head-to-toe products you need, SLRC will gear you up for your goal. Shop in-store at any of our locations along the Wasatch Front or shop online at slrc.com.
It's time for KSL Sports Rewind's Top 5 Plays. Submit your nominations using the hashtag Rewind5. Top plays are brought to you by Tab Bank. Don't pay to bank. Get paid to bank with a Tab Spend debit account. Number 5, Provo taking on Uinta, and minutes after scoring on a pick 6, Griffin DiMartini makes this touchdown grab on top of the defender's helmet as Provo cruises. Corner Canyon hosting American Fork, Kai Meza somehow gets a foot down along the boundary to score his first of 2 touchdowns as Corner gets the win.
Corner Canyon going into the win this time as Kasuga will look to throw, and he throws far side. Oh, and up to get it.
Oh, hey, it's
and
Kai
making the catch for the touchdown, Kai Meza.
I was wondering where he is. Now I know. There's Kai Meza in the end zone per usual.
Mountain Ridge's Cohen Cunningham, get used to this name, folks, makes an impressive one-handed catch here for the Sentinels. More on this one later.
Hunt drops back, pressure coming, gets it out to Cunningham, snags it in the air, brings it down, but he'll be stopped short. Cohen Cunningham.
Yeah, initially couldn't believe that he was able to catch that. Reels in the one-handed catch, able to pick up a few yards.
Number 4, West and Granger in the Region 4 title, and it's Louis Hamilton with the spinorama as West gets the win and clinches a region title.
They bring the house. Louis Hamilton breaks the blitz out in the open field into Granger territory, down to the 43-yard line.
West Jordan, the Jags wearing their stealth black on Friday night. Nia Iowapo shows off a Jaguars' power, agility, and speed as he takes this in for 6. Nia had 3 touchdowns in the win, all from over 50 yards. Brighton hosting Bountiful, Siaki Fekitoa spins around one tackler, then bounces off of 3 Bengals before finally being brought down. The Bountiful win has forced a 3-way tie atop Region 6.
There's pressure coming. Malmrose able to see it, gets it to Fekitoa. Third down, makes one man miss, bounces off of other, still on his feet inside the 20.
I mean, it's not a rush, it's a reception there, but that's the Fekitoa experience. You think you've got him down 3-4 times, and he just keeps on going.
Number 3, Viewmont and Alpha. Jack Savage started the year on fire for Viewmont. How about this play? Evades the rush, keeps the eyes downfield, and paints his target, Draylon Jensen, for the nice Viewmont gain.
Third down and 10. Savage, plenty of time in the pocket. He's getting pressure. He rolls out to the near side. Throws a dart. He's got his guy. It is caught.
What a play by Savage and Jensen. Jensen has been sure-handed all freaking night. He's been phenomenal. Oh, my goodness.
And back to Mountain Ridge. This is Jackson Hunt on display. He steps up, escapes out of one tackle, keeps his composure, and finds Cunningham on the reception. Play's always alive, and you've got Jackson Hunt at QB.
Will take the snap, drops back. Escapes the pressure somehow, caught by Cunningham on the sideline, and immediately steps out of bounds.
I mean, it's one thing for Jackson Hunt to avoid multiple defenders. I thought he was just throwing it out of bounds, but the connection that he and Cohen Cunningham have, it's subliminal.
Payson and Orem. And Orem's quarterback, Trevin Wall. Folks, I don't know how he stands up on this hit. Look at this. Boom, just bounces off the guy, and then some shimmy and shake to buy a little time before he floats this up to Bryson Gold. What a play for the Lion quarterback.
He gets the snap. He looks. Oh, he bounces off the defender. He's got time. Can he scramble out to get a pass up there? Throws it deep. Yeah, finds Bryson Gold at the 46-yard line.
Exactly, and great job there by Trevin Wall, just not giving up on the play. It would have been so easy to go down after that initial hit, but he scrambled and he ran, and he was able to find Bryson Gold.
Number 2, North Summit's Crew Richens. 11 guys between he and the end zone. Richens here, gonna roll out. Now on third down, hey, you just got to try to find the first, right? Gonna spin around, and then the hand on the turf here to stay up, and all of a sudden no one's in front of him. Just green grass ahead for the sophomore quarterback. Crew going to take this 80 yards from the North Summit touchdown as they pick up the victory over Millard.
Millard goes with that by really a 3-man line defensively now. Snap is back. Richens is going to be flush to the right. He's got some room out there. Cuts back inside. Nice move there. Cuts again. He'll get the first down. Beats another tackle. And still on his feet. Looks like he's headed to the house, folks. Lots of chances for Millard, but no one left. He's got 4 or 5 helpers out there. And it'll be a touchdown by Crew Richens.
You watch the replay. I don't know how Crew stayed on his feet here. He gets outside the D end, decides to just kick up about 3rd and 9, cuts back, makes a couple misses. I thought he'd be a little short right here as the Eagles wrapped up. Spins out of it, stays on his feet after being tripped up. And we talked about North Summit's big plays that really kept putting them ahead in this game.
Yeah. And your top plays of the week, we've got some interceptions. Skyline and Highland for Region 10. How about Sione Tupua, the interception up and over the intended receiver for the Rams? What a pick for the Eagles. Northridge and Bonneville. And this is Carson Murphy from a pass deflection to an interception. Tip drill pick for the Knights as Northridge gets the win. And finally, Kanab and Duchesne in overtime. Duchesne trailing here on third down. Eagles quarterback under pressure. Just has to get rid of this one, and this is intercepted by Ozzie Williams as Kanab ups and Duchesne on Friday night. Huge win for the Cowboys with the playoffs right around the corner.
Single receiver near side. They'll go 2 to the right with a tight end and a single back for Robinson. Brex in shotgun. Takes the snap. It's high. Back to pass. Pocket collapses, throws high over the middle, and it is Intercepted. It's intercepted, and the Cowboys walk it off with an INT in overtime. Ozzie Williams came up with the INT, and Canab, for now, Kings in 1A. Beautiful.
And those are KSL Sports Rewind's top 5 plays of the week. If you have a top play, send it to KSL Sports Rewind on social media at KSL Sports Rewind using the hashtag Rewind5.
One of those long days working on your feet? Turn your aching feet to happy feet at Salt Lake Running Company. Our award-winning trained staff will provide a custom shoe fitting that will help you find the shoes, inserts, and socks that will make your workday the best it can be. Locally owned and operated for 30 years, SLRC offers rewards, training groups, races, and free community events. Visit us in-store or online today at slrc.com. Your work feet and workout life will get a boost.
Welcome back to the UCCU Saving Spotlight.
Today's play of the day goes to Becky, a single mom who just got her son Max a youth debit card from UCCU.
This is a big win for Max, who knows that UCCU mobile banking makes it easy for his mom to add money to a debit card anytime.
It's also a big win for Becky, who knows it also makes it easy to monitor her child's spending anytime. Final score, 1 happy son, 1 responsible mom.
With the assist from UCCU.
Another weekend of high school football is now in the books, and Week 9 was dressed to the nines in this week's edition of the Game Night Live highlight reel.
You know what it requires to win. You have to show up and be ready to go week in, week out. So get it done.
Bucket list hikes, local races, challenging adventures, that one goal that means so much to you. Salt Lake Running Company has the gear and expert advice you need to start and finish strong. You'll be crushing that goal before you know it. With our trained and knowledgeable staff, an award-winning custom shoe fit process, and the head-to-toe products you need, SLRC will gear you up for your goal. Shop in-store at any of our locations along the Wasatch Front or shop online at slrc.com.
It's time for KSL Sports Rewind's top 5 plays. Submit your nominations using the hashtag Rewind5. Top plays are brought to you by Tab Bank. Don't pay to bank. Get paid to bank with a Tab Spend debit account. Number 5, Provo taking on Uinta, and minutes after scoring on a pick 6, Griffin DiMartini makes this touchdown grab on top of the defender's helmet as Provo cruises. Corner Canyon hosting American Fork, Kai Meza somehow gets a foot down along the boundary to score his first of 2 touchdowns as Corner gets the win.
Corner Canyon going into the win this time as Kasuga will look to throw, and he throws far side. Oh, and up to get it.
Oh, hey, it's
and
Kai
making the catch for a touchdown, Kai Meza.
I was wondering where he is. Now I know. There's Kai Meza in the end zone per usual.
Mountain Ridge's Cohen Cunningham, get used to this name, folks, makes an impressive one-handed catch here for the Sentinels. More on this one later.
Hunt drops back, pressure coming, gets it out to Cunningham, snacks it in the air, brings it down, but he'll be stopped short. Cohen Cunningham.
Yeah, initially couldn't believe that he was able to catch that. Reels in the one-handed catch, able to pick up a few yards.
Number 4, West and Granger in the Region 4 title. And it's Louis Hamilton with the spinorama as West gets the win and clinches a region title.
They bring the house. Louis Hamilton breaks the blitz out in the open field into Granger territory, down to the 43-yard line.
West Jordan, the Jags wearing their stealth black on Friday night. Nia Iowapo shows off the Jaguars' power, agility, and speed as he takes this in for 6. Nia had 3 touchdowns in the win, all from over 50 yards. Brighton hosting Bountiful, Siaki Fekitoa spins around one tackler, then bounces off of 3 Bengals before finally being brought down.
Welcome back to American Fork High School. We've got second half action between the Cavemen and the Skyridge Falcons in this regular season finale in Region 3. Jeremiah Jensen, Alex Geary standing in this week for Steven Sylvester. Alex, the story in that first half I thought was the turnovers for Skyridge. That offense was rolling. They had the run game going. If they would have taken care of the football, this game might be over already.
Keneal Sweetwine, you're a leader. Can't throw 3 picks in the first half and anticipate that every team that you guys come across, you can just beat them with your will. And they're 1 score away, American Fork is, from making this thing a crazy second half, which is secretly what I want.
But give American Fork a lot of credit. That defense did force those turnovers. Their defense has been phenomenal. Offense, they had that 146-yard touchdown pass that put 7 on the board. But other than that, that Skyridge defense has been tough. But the Cavemen will have a chance now to receive the opening kickoff of the second half and try to get that offense going. 1 good drive here, and they can take the lead. Should be a great second half here on Game Night Live, a special Wednesday edition. Here comes the second half, and it's going to start at the 20-yard line for American Fork after the touchback.
Yeah, I mean, look, they did their job in the first half. American Fork did it keeping it to 13 points. And this defense is like, look, keep feeding us these bad throws. We'll take them. And if you're Keneal Sweetwine, you go, look, I got to get with my team and say, hey, let's refocus here. He had so many wide open opportunities. They definitely see the points that were left on the field, and that's the type of door that could be open for a team like American Fork. They'll just maybe sneak one away if they can keep it close enough here in the fourth quarter.
First play of the second half is a handoff. Prince Afu. Afu trying to get to the edge. Gets about 6 yards on first down. That's pretty close to his best carry so far.
Yeah, I was going to say, you saw that Afu didn't even get that much during the first half very often. And so little juice coming out of the half for Afu. And I think that he's looking and he's on the other side of the ball and he's going, I'm not going to let Tahi get all the credit here. So we'll see what he can do in the second half, get his team going second and short here.
He's averaged 5.6 yards per carry this season. Came in with 787 yards rushing, 9 touchdowns. This time they're going to throw. Childs rolls right. Catch is made. And that's a first down.
Came down.
Cash Taisi.
Yeah, Cash Taisi's been making these catches that have been right on the edge of the. I mean, it's funny. You'll see these guys make these drops in the middle of the field, or the quarterback can't get it to them in the middle of the field, but they make these crazy connections on the edges with their wideouts making the catches as well.
Good start for this American Fork offense. 1st and 10 from their own 31. Afu taking what he can get, and it's not much, about 3 yards on the carry.
Now, Skyridge has got a really decent front. They've got big bodies on the edges, on the inside as well, and their linebackers are making tons of tackles, and that's how you get it done on defense. You make sure that you eat up those blocks up front, and they're mixing it up between a 4-man and a 3-man front, and then they bring pressures. They're mixing it up. This is how you do it.
2nd and 7. Childs throws outside again. Catch is made right at the sticks.
Look at how good these kids are at catching the ball on the edge of the boundary, and their quarterbacks are good enough to put it there as well. I mean, this is a great throw right here. I think that's just to his tight end as well. Again, it's just his. Man, I'll tell you what, this is a tough offense for American Fork. They're coming out here and they're going, we're not getting a lot of yardage from Prince Afu.
That was Homestead on the catch. He had the touchdown earlier.
Yeah, a couple sophomores making an impact on the wideouts in the wideout group for AF.
Back to Afu, up the middle. That's a good run on first down.
Nice
5
right
yards.
there. And what a great mix right there. You've got some passes that are getting out there. They're not too dangerous because you're putting it away from the defenders, getting it only to your guy, and then hand it up the middle to your back who you hope to get 3 or 4 from, and in that case you got 5.
This defense has a rhythm right now.
I thought this was second down, but yeah, the sticks say third, but I'm pretty sure this is second down here. Oh, no, yep, they changed it. Got an American Fork offensive lineman, looks like, who's down right here. They're going to call timeout here as officials.
We'll take a commercial break. 9:16 left to play in the third quarter. 13-7, Skyridge leads American Fork on Game Night Live.
Welcome back to the UCCU Saving Spotlight.
Today's play of the day goes to Becky, a single mom who just got her son Max a youth debit card from UCCU.
This is a big win for Max, who knows that UCCU mobile banking makes it easy for his mom to add money to a debit card anytime.
It's also a big win for Becky, who knows it also makes it easy to monitor her child's spending anytime. Final score, 1 happy son, 1 responsible mom.
With the assist from UCCU.
With affordable GLP-1 medication from Direct Meds, I've lost weight but gained lots of attention. From old college boyfriends, hi, to young college boys. Oh, honey. And my husband's obsessed.
She loves to make me jealous.
Well, as a woman over 50, losing weight was about as hard as getting my husband to cook anything but cereal.
Honey, where's the milk?
In your hand, babe.
Oh.
Visit directmeds.com today. Want to make out?
Sure.
Okay.
We're back. 9:06 left to play. Childs on 2nd and 5. Takes a shot deep. Over the top. Homestead catches it, but he's out of bounds.
Yeah, you saw there's that slight push-off that he had there at the end, and you've been wondering if maybe there would have been a tiny bit of offensive pass interference anyway, but it was outside the boundary as it was, and good effort, but yeah, that's why the defenders were told to play the boundary there, and kind of force you out there so that you have to make that catch inside those lines. It's tough to do.
So 3rd down and 5. Been a solid drive for American Fork. They need this drive. They got to keep the momentum going. Let's see what they do on 3rd down. Childs throws quickly. Incomplete.
Yeah, I was almost picked.
Well
too.
defended.
Yeah, you had Skyridge defender there, 27.
Yeah. Suka Finau was all over it.
Yeah, and I'll tell you what ended up happening with that too was that was the first time that one of those passes was sniffed out like it could have been intercepted. So they got wise to those out routes that these American Fork wideouts have been going at, and finally somebody stepped a little bit in front of one and almost took it.
So after that, American Fork will have to punt from their own 47. They get the punt away. Nice, high, deep punt.
Heck of a punt there.
Briggs Parker's going to go with the fair catch, for good reason. So Skyridge will start this drive deep in their own territory. But that hasn't been a problem. Skyridge has been able to move the football. It's been bend but not break for American Fork tonight, and the turnovers have helped. 3 interceptions.
Yeah, I'm interested to see if Sweetwine took some medicine there at the half from his coaches and said, "Take care of the football, kid. You gotta put yourself in a better spot here. You're not giving us a chance to put this thing down the field. You're giving American Fork all the opportunities to get the ball back, putting a lot of pressure on our defense."
You go with the run. Tahi up the middle. He breaks tackles as he's done all year long. Lincoln Tahi all the way outside the 30-yard line. What a season he's having, and another great carry.
Yeah, it's a 21-yard pickup there by Tahi, and look how these legs just keep churning, too. First contact, no problem. Second, third contact, 4 or 5 missed tackles, and it's even hard to bring him down there at the very end. So, tough runner.
Sweetwine up the middle, gets about 3 or 4 yards.
Yeah,
I wonder, Alex, if they just go run heavy for the second half, because the run was really effective in the first half.
Yeah, for Sweetwine as well as Tahi. I mean, it's a crazy combo of guys, and you saw that. That was a little nice RPO. He kept it, decided not to hand it off, kept it up the middle, goes for 4.5, and yeah, don't need to throw it if you're just running it really well.
Tahi this time breaking tackles again, first down out to the 46-yard line.
Now watch, we're going to see this setup here, and then they're going to get the confidence back to Sweetwine again to see if he'll put it down the field again. But these counters are killing. These little delayed handoff counters are just shifting this whole defensive line. You see some of the action out of the backfield goes one way, the offensive line goes another. Easy pickup for Tahi.
Sweetwine throws outside. Hunter Sheffield breaking tackles. He's into American Fork territory.
Again, that RPO look. Fakes the handoff to Tahi and then throws that out pass. Now, I'm pretty sure the ref had his hand out there too. That was behind the line of scrimmage. Nice little swing pass to his reliable wide receiver there. Another player coming up lame somewhere on the field here. It looks like an American Fork player. Down on the field, stretching that knee out. The officials are taking a timeout here.
Let's hope it's not another player that has to leave the game. They lost an offensive lineman on that last drive, and you hate to see that. It's like they're blowing the whistle, and they're going to have the teams come back out on the field. I mentioned Game Night Live is powered by Utah Community Credit Union. Celebrate 25 UCCU branches across the Wasatch Front and enter to win a Jeep. UCCU, love where you bank. 7:20 left in the third quarter. They go back to Tahi on the ground. This time he's going nowhere. Great job by that American Fork defense.
Yeah, at some point you wondered when they were going to get wise to it. I mean, they're wise to it, but the blocking schemes were just kind of helping them out previously to that.
Matthew Nelson and Luke Broadbent in on the tackle.
Yeah, Nelson just comes up and goes, look, we'll give you extra help here. If they're going to hand this ball off up the middle, we'll be there, right there with you.
2nd and 11. They go back to Tahi, and he's wrapped up again.
Now, the referees have...
they had false start.
Yeah, they blew it dead late, but pre-snap penalty
prior to
there,
the snap, false start, offense, number 9, 5-yard penalty, 2nd down.
So this drive's starting to go backward for Skyridge.
This anxious tension at midfield. These two teams just keep going back and forth right here at the A of American Fork, and you wonder if somebody's going to be able to finally break through and start making some moves here.
Sweetwine taking a shot to the right, wide open. Catch is made. Touchdown. Davis Fyans. Sorry, no, that's number 17, Adam Warren. Adam Warren with the touchdown for the Falcons. It's a 50-yard touchdown for Adam Warren, and the Falcons have some breathing room.
I want to see where this coverage went wrong. Somebody just blown assignment there on the outside. I don't know if it was an extra wide out and an extra, if there was somebody who came on pressure and just missed totally. It was almost like he was so wide open, looked like he came off of the sideline. Just walked in. I mean, as soon as he caught it, he had 30 yards in front of him, and he looked around like he was already celebrating kind of as he was going to kind of hop, skip, and a jump there.
The extra point is good. It's 20-7. Skyridge. We'll take another look and see what happened.
I think Sweetwine was shocked too. Somebody just blew an assignment on that one in the defensive backfield for American Fork, and now they're going to look around and go, who did that? And I think there was just that miscommunication at the line. A safety and a corner. Both took the wrong dude, and that was it. I think it was just somebody trying to pick up Tahi in the backfield coming off into the flat, and they guessed wrong. And instead, the wideout absolutely just runs away with that thing. Nobody in the area at all.
Boy, American Fork gets the tackle for loss, and then the 5-yard penalty on the false start. They have some momentum there, and then boom.
JJ, you and
Skyridge comes up with a big play.
We both have kids in high school. I never know what the themes are for the dressing situations at these schools. I don't know. Whatever the theme is from night to night.
They're creative. That's all I know.
Going into fall break, hardcore, man.
No return. American Fork will get the ball at the 20-yard line. This is a really important drive for American Fork. Got to get points here.
Well, I was just saying too, like who's gonna win this tug of war at the middle of the field there, and it was just that breakout play by Skyridge, who felt like, you know what, they're like, we're kind of been messing around here. We've been screwing around tonight without having the results that we usually get. Sweetwine probably got a lot of confidence back in that. Just give me a wide open guy and let me throw it to him instead of putting it into traffic. That's the type of stuff that'll get your junior quarterback or your senior quarterback some confidence again.
The change at quarterback.
They put Manuela in? Oh, they switched him back out again. Yeah, it looks like Childs came right back in again. I don't know if they had to come off for one play or what it was, equipment issue or something, but Childs is back taking snaps, number 17.
They lost a yard on that play. 2nd down and 11. Pressure comes. Childs throws over the middle. It's high and it's caught. Great catch in traffic.
Guess who's big tight end making the catch up the middle of the field there? Christian Hanshaw has been as steady as it comes throughout the night. I don't even know if it was to him. He went up and got it. He had the other option right behind him. Tiasi was right behind him, but I'll tell you, that big frame, 6'5", 230, going up and catching that thing, why not? They need something big.
6'5" tight end. Hauls it in. That moves the chains. 1st down and 10 at the 32. Pressure comes. Childs throws quickly. Taisi with the catch. Breaks a tackle. Gets past the 40-yard line, close to another 1st down, a yard short.
2nd and short, and now you have something to play with here at the middle of the field, too, JJ. You got yourself kind of a free down, right? I mean, you're looking at this and you're going, look, either take a shot here or this is when you bring up that draw play because it hasn't been working for Afu in the last drive or so.
4:30 left in the 3rd quarter. And counting. 20-7, Skyridge leads American Fork. The Cavemen trying to answer that last touchdown and try to stay in this game. Cut it back to a 1-possession lead. Go back to the run. Nothing there. I don't think he got enough to get to the sticks. They're going to mark him short.
Yeah, he needed a yard, got a half of one. So, again, you've got a little bit of. I mean, I can't imagine you're almost to your own. I mean, you're on your side of midfield, but you've got 3rd and a half a yard here, and you figure that. I know it's early, but man, to punt it away. Back to that Skyridge team who's feeling some juice right now on offense would be tough.
3rd and 1. They're going to go to the run. Can he get there? Ooh, it's close. That last surge probably got it done.
Yeah, I think he got it. He did. They marked him with the 1st down, and boy, they needed that, didn't they? I mean,
the run yards have not come easy for American Fork tonight.
Yeah, that front for Skyridge, they're just so tough, and they're
not. Look at the front, though. It's not like they have a bunch of 300-pound guys out there.
No.
Yet they're winning the physical battle in the trenches.
Yeah, led by Harvey Moai. I mean, he's that big number 11 on the right side there.
You got big number 99 in there as well. Carter Seu. Childs throws incomplete.
You know, he had his guy open too. He had a couple of options there as he rolled out, but couldn't get it to that 2nd level to his tight end.
That was Hanshaw again. So the clock will stop with 3:07 left in the 3rd quarter. Prince Afu comes out. See what they go with here on 2nd and 10. This feels like a crucial drive for American Fork. Down 13. Skyridge shows pressure. They bring heat. Childs gets rid of it over the middle. Catch is made! What an effort! With a defender draped all over him.
Yeah.
Another great catch tonight for Homestead.
Ty
Homestead.
I mean, look at where this jersey's getting pulled back. You might not see it from this angle, but look at that. I mean, handful of jersey. He actually picks it up with one hand. And I'm surprised that a flag didn't come out at all, because if he doesn't catch that, where was the flag? So, I mean, that was as blatant as it got. A guy just dragging that jersey right behind him. Heck of a catch by the sophomore.
That puts American Fork on the Skyridge 33-yard line. We're at 2.5 minutes left in the third quarter. 1st and 10, American Fork. Skyridge again brings pressure. Going to go run again. This time it's number 20 with the carry. That's Luke Broadbent. Broadbent gave Prince Afu a spell. Afu's back in the game.
Boy, they got to have this drive if it's getting some momentum here.
Time becomes a factor, too.
Well, when you're running the ball this much, too, the clock just gets chewed up so much, and you don't have a ton of time to play with. Already getting to the fourth quarter with a couple of scores behind.
Skyridge again brings blitz. Childs gets rid of it. Oh, it's dropped.
Looking upfield, normally sure-handed all night. Homestead has been right there. That was as easy as one right in the breadbasket. It was a great call because they had that pressure coming. Quick throw. Would have been an easy pickup. Started looking up the field before it was caught.
Does stop the clock. 1:51 left in the third. But it'll be 3rd and 8 for American Fork. Feels like an important play in this game. They've got to keep their offense on the field here. Childs takes the snap. He's got time. He's going to step up in the pocket. Now he's going to run. He's going to try to get to the sticks. He's short.
Gave his team a shot, though. I mean, you're already in 4-down territory because you're not trusting the kick game right now. And so 4th and 2.5, much more reasonable here. It's the first real scramble we've seen. What's wild is that Skyridge has such athletes on the edges, and they bring pretty straightforward pressure, but it's been picked up all night by American Fork, to their credit, on that offensive line. And Afu from picking up those protections. But, man, first time he had to hit the road on his legs, and nice little pickup, but this is a crucial 4th down.
4th and 3. Childs will throw it. Going over the top.
Oh, wow.
Cut it anyway.
I can't believe
Touchdown. Ty Homestead again.
How many times on this drive is Homestead going to have to get pulled down almost by the defender? There's still no flag, by the way, on the play.
What a catch. And the Cavemen needed it badly. A massive play for Homestead. This has been his night tonight on that offense. And they have a chance to get within 6 here.
Well, I mean, huge. And that play call, too, on 4th and short.
Ooh, that's gutsy.
And you put it up for your sophomore who had 12 catches coming into tonight. I feel like he's caught 12 tonight.
He's at a ball game. Very important extra point here. It's good. The lead is cut to 6.
The
Cavemen had to have this. What a play.
Look at this throw. Perfect. The amount of jersey pull that's going on. To fight through that, the strength to do it, the sophomore goes up and gets it, and these coaches are excited. Man, they've got to be pumped up about this kid. He's going to have a couple of good years in front of him on top of it. So I can't believe that nobody felt like seeing that big black jersey getting dragged behind him. That was quite wild, wasn't it?
That was a bold play call. 4th and 3, and you're going to the end zone?
He goes up with it.
Hey, fortune favors the bold.
Go up and get it, sophomore. Wow. Even with a guy pulling you down on the field there, what a play. This is what we wanted, right?
This is what we came here for. These teams are delivered tonight in not the best conditions. Although the rain has stopped, but rain has been a factor. The field is wet. The ball was wet throughout the first half. It impacted the kick game. It's chilly out here, something we're not used to, but this has been a great ball game. Some great plays made in this game. Two great teams, two of the best in the state, dueling it out here in Region 3. That is a returnable kick. He's got room in a lane, and that lane closed up quickly. Good job by American Fork.
Great pickup there on the kickoff. It did look like you had a little gap there, but now you got this crazy mojo going for your sideline. If you're American Fork, you're at home. You're within 6 now again. You got punched, and then you came right back, and you popped him again. I mean, this is why you have these heavyweights down in Utah County, in this region, with this 6A battle. I mean, American Fork, I guarantee that they just said, hey, keep it close. If we're there in the fourth quarter, we can maybe steal this away from them, and then the region gets more wild.
1st and 10, Skyridge. Lincoln Tahi not going anywhere. Great job by that American Fork front. They wrap them up for a tackle for loss.
Well, you wondered when they were going to get there, when they were going to figure that one out, how long it was going to take them, and it ended up being a couple of now, I don't know. I mean, they just keep running it's been working all night, so we'll see how it works out the rest of the evening, but they stopped them on that one. Maybe they got wise to it.
2nd and 10. Coming up on 1 minute left in the third quarter. Play clock ticks down to 10. We're still trying to figure out what they're doing out there. Now they got the play call, but they got to go. 5 seconds. Go in motion, they get it snapped in time. Sweetwine up the middle, just like he has all night. He's just short of the sticks, but a nice run on 2nd down, and they'll have short yardage on 3rd.
That little RPO fly sweep, Sweetwine. Can't tell if it's the AF defender, Sweetwine, who went down. It was a great open field tackle there by the defensive back from American Fork. You saw he kept it there, finds a little gap, gets through, and then the defensive back, I think, is the one who went down for American Fork there, just in front of just to the boundary. I think I got kicked in the head there as he went for the legs of Sweetwine. So,
all right, we got an injury timeout. We'll take one as well. 39 seconds left in the third quarter. 2014, Skyridge leads American Fork on Game Night Live.
With affordable GLP-1 medication from Direct Meds, I've lost weight but gained lots of attention. From old college boyfriends, hi, to young college boys. Oh, honey. And my husband's obsessed.
She loves to make me jealous.
Well, as a woman over 50, losing weight was about as hard as getting my husband to cook anything but cereal.
Honey, where's the milk?
In your hand, babe.
Oh.
Visit directmeds.com today. Want to make out?
Sure.
Okay.
Watch out! It's an avalanche of deals coming right at you. Get 2 Icon season ski passes with a new vehicle purchase from Riverton Chevy. We're shredding the competition with SUVs starting at $299 a month and nothing down. Get a Silverado for as low as $42,500 or save up to $12,000. These are iconic offers from Utah's iconic Chevy dealer, Riverton Chevy.
The Chevyweight champ, Riverton Chevy.
One of those long days working on your feet? Turn your aching feet to happy feet at Salt Lake Running Company. Our award-winning trained staff will provide a custom shoe fitting that will help you find the shoes, inserts, and socks that will make your workday the best it can be. Locally owned and operated for 30 years, SLRC offers rewards, training groups, races, and free community events. Visit us in-store or online today at slrc.com. Your work feet and workout life will get a boost.
We're so old, we used to play junior jazz with Pistol Pete. Riverton Chevy, 100 years of service, and we're just getting started.
The Chevyweight champ, Riverton Chevy.
With affordable GLP-1 medication from Direct Meds, I've lost weight but gained lots of attention. From old college boyfriends, hi, to young college boys. Oh, honey. And my husband's obsessed.
She loves to make me jealous.
Well, as a woman over 50, losing weight was about as hard as getting my husband to cook anything but cereal.
Honey, where's the milk?
In your hand, babe.
Oh.
Visit directmeds.com today. Want to make out?
Sure.
Okay.
Under 30 seconds left here in the third quarter. We're back in action, 3rd and 2. Sweetwine hands it off. Tahi's wrapped up short. The Cavemen come up with the TFL when they needed it badly.
So look who's in at quarterback. The sophomore, Jagger Fontaine, actually comes
Fontaine is in now.
So maybe you've got two guys who went down. I mean, Sweetwine went out of bounds.
He was shaking
off
shoulder
the field
on that play.
So you've got to change at quarterback, and as they get to the fourth quarter, what a development as you've got your sophomore signal caller coming in a very unexpected moment here with a 4th and short that's going to be pretty key for this team right now.
Since we just ran a bunch of ads, we'll keep it right here. We'll see what happens here during this pause. Now, I know they love their sophomore, Jagger Fontaine. Really good young player who's got a bright future.
They don't want it to be tonight. They don't want the future to be tonight.
I mean, he's great. He really is. He had he had a spell in the first game he had this season. Throws the ball really well. But this is a big game, and you're getting the playoffs. Obviously, there's going to be a bye week for 6A outside of the play-in game. You don't want to go in banged up, and that's something to watch for Skyridge. Let's see if Fontaine stays in at quarterback, and he is. So they're going to go with number 8. Jagger Fontaine, the 6'2", 165-pound sophomore, in at quarterback. 4th down and 1. At least they have the look right now that they're going for it. Do they try to draw him off sides? Or are they actually going to make this happen? Let's see.
Play call comes in now.
This is risky.
I couldn't imagine that anybody but Tahi's going to touch this football, but we'll see here.
On their own 40 to go. Fontaine! He's got it! That offensive line helps the sophomore pick up the first down.
Hey, gutsy call.
Wow, that was very gutsy.
Well, here's the deal, too. You put the hands in the sophomores. You put the ball in the sophomore's hands. He makes the fake on the RPO, and he takes it himself on a 1st down. Talk about a move. Talk about some swagger by number 8. The sophomore comes in looking like he's been running this show a lot more than you think.
1st down and 10 from the 44. Tahi. Nice pickup on 1st down.
Yeah, now you start to see where the bread and butter is, and if your quarterback goes down, you got to lean on the guys that got you there, and Tahi's one of them, obviously. So you're playing with the lead, and you're playing with a guy who gets about 6.5 per carry if he's going, and got to go with the hand that's been feeding you all night.
Well, an interesting development here with Sweetwine out of the game. Fontaine in at quarterback. 2nd down and 4 as the clock runs. Man in motion. They're going to go to Tahi. Tahi up the middle again. That's a 1st down.
Yeah, I mean, it's just so difficult to try to stay home because already Fontaine says, hey, I'm okay to hold on to it. So that just keeps the defenders a little bit longer to stay home before they go after Tahi, and it's just enough. You can't give that guy any wiggle room. He'll take 5 or 6 yards, and in that case, another 6 or 7.
1st down and 10, now in American Fork territory at the 44-yard line. Man in motion again, Fontaine. Play action. Stop and play. It's a false start.
Yeah, it's a little bit too much.
False start. Offense, number 52. 5-yard penalty, 1st down.
Where they're running that little tornado action in the backfield. It's a lot to ask of your sophomore quarterback, but seems up to the task. It was one of his offensive linemen who was a little too shifty there before the ball got snapped.
Back to the 49-yard line, 1st and 15. Same formation, same play. This time they're going to give Number 5 on the carry is Talmadge Oswald. Doesn't get a lot.
I mean, Oswald got a little bit of that medicine that Sweetwine had gotten earlier, which is just feet taken out from under. Look how hard this hit is on the edge. Boom. Those hips came right out from underneath him. Good to see he popped right back up.
2nd down and 13.
Crucial set of downs here, and that false start looks real nasty now.
Tighter formation here. And Fontaine's going to throw, rolling right, looking for Tahi. Now he's just going to throw it to another receiver who's wide open. 1st down. Nobody had number 23.
Yeah, it's Davis Fyans again. And he's been kind of open on those edge plays right there, but they haven't rolled out that much since it wasn't working in the first half after those interceptions by Sweetwine. But the sophomore comes in. Easy pitch and catch for Fyans to be able to pull that one in.
This is a very skilled sophomore quarterback. He can really sling it. Coming up on 9 minutes to play. Fontaine, Tahi, fighting for yards up the middle. They're doing whatever they want in the run game right now.
Yeah, and that RPO, it just is, and he's sharp running it. Fontaine, he's sharp running that thing. He's keeping guys to that last second. He's keeping them honest. He's keeping them in the box, and then he hands that ball off, and it's an easy pickup for Tahi.
2nd and 4. Fontaine's going to throw. Under pressure. Now he's rolling to his left. Just throws it away.
Yeah,
smart play.
Really smart play by the
Fontaine.
sophomore. He rolled out. He did that kind of – you saw this action in the first half by Sweetwine. That little boot where they roll out opposite to where the action of the offensive line is. He rolled out there, had a couple of options to either throw it or to keep it. But those American Fork defenders were wise to it. They saw that on film. Sophomore threw it away wisely. That was good.
Clock stops with 8:12 left. 3rd down and 4. Skyridge at the American Fork 22-yard line. Tahi in the backfield with Fontaine. That's where they go to Tahi. And they stop him. He's short. It's close.
Yeah.
He's right at the 20, but it's not enough to get to the sticks. So we're looking at another 4th down play here.
Yeah, interesting decision time for the coach, but I think that and one of your best defenders has to come out because his helmet came off.
You know what? They're going to kick a field goal here, which would give them a 2-score lead, which is really smart.
Yeah, you go to 9 points. I don't know how good their kicking situation is, but maybe they're confident enough in it. I mean, on 4th and 1, and like I said, their best nose tackle had just come off the field.
This is a 36-yard attempt to give him a 9-point lead. That's trouble.
And
it's blocked, and it's loose. The Cavemen pick it up. Still going. They finally bring him down at the 36. There was trouble on the hold. They couldn't get it down in time. And the American Fork defense holds.
Yeah, the holder has to just actually play some defense because he catches a snap that is well above his head. He basically kept it from going all the way back behind him, and that was an easy block. Oh, boy, what a decision there. I want up with 4th and a half a yard. You got to push that. You're running back. He's getting chunks every play.
You know what, though? You make that field goal, you have a 2-score lead with 8 minutes left.
I get it. All night. Hasn't been easy all night for these specialists, and I'll tell you, it didn't get any easier there.
Oh, we're in for a finish here. 20-14. AF has the ball. 7:39 left from their own 38. Childs over the middle. Somehow caught in traffic. Excellent catch. Cash Taisi. He's having a night, too.
Huge. I mean, think about your 2 sophomore wideouts who've just come up clutch. Short-handed, too, in traffic. Couple of guys right in the middle of the field, and you've got to get that into a small window on top of your guy having to catch it in that small window, and both happened beautifully.
1st and 10 from midfield. The Cavemen can win it with a touchdown and an extra point. Prince Afu on the run, bouncing off defenders, gets 3 or 4 yards, maybe a little short of what I just said. It looks like they're going to give him 1.
It just hasn't worked all night, has it?
There's nothing on the inside. Nothing. That Skyridge front has been stout.
Yeah, and it seems the gaps that do show up for one split second, they're gone immediately, too. And so Apu's just had a tough go trying to get inside these guys.
And you've had those linebackers, Griffin Coons and Easton Simmons, coming up and plugging the gaps as well. They've been tough on the interior. 2nd down and 8. Pressure comes. Childs in trouble. Big trouble. Gets rid of it.
Oh, boy.
What's the call? No flag.
I mean, he had a wideout.
He did get it past the line of scrimmage, and there was a receiver in the area.
Yeah, but you know what? A heads-up play by number 1, the wideout, who just goes, I'm going to get kind of over there and make it look. I mean, that was going to be the first sack that he had taken all night. And the pressure has been coming all night. And I will say that it's been amazing that he's avoided it all night. And right there, just could not shake the defender. And finally somebody got to him. But I can't believe he got that ball off.
Childs has been great against the blitz, but he was playing with fire there. That was almost intentional grounding. 6:22 left. Childs on 3rd and 8. Takes a shot deep. Over the top. Incomplete.
Yeah.
Going for Dean.
That's a tough one to throw, too, because you've got over-the-top safety help there. Your corner was there also, and the ball was a touch underthrown. So for the first time tonight, on one of those big throws down the field, you saw the Skyridge defenders actually had a shot at an interception there, and pretty lucky they didn't have it go that way. They're going to go for this, right?
With 6:15 left, they certainly are, but this is not going to be easy. 4th and 8 against this defense.
Yeah, you're going to see some insane pressure, I think, right here.
Childs against the pressure, throws, catch, short of the sticks. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
He didn't get to the sticks. It's a turnover on downs.
You know, it was a great play, and I think it was the first time tonight that we've seen Beckham Reese's name called. Nice drag of the foot, but it was a yard short. So I think there's a little bit of a no harm, no foul situation with that too, JJ. You got on the other side of the field. I mean, you needed to move that ball a little bit, but yeah, 2 yards short on there. You got to throw it at least to the sticks if you're American Fork.
Yeah, there's still plenty of time since they got that stop. It's still a 1-score game, 6:10 left. It's now on that American Fork defense to give their offense another shot. And for Skyridge, with a sophomore quarterback in, a very talented sophomore, I should say, this is a chance for Skyridge to put this game away right now.
Yeah, interesting to see on that one play, Sweetwine and the AF defender both go out and have not come back at all.
Tahi breaks a tackle.
Look at that.
What an effort by Lincoln Tahi to get to midfield.
Yeah. Goes from a 2-yard loss with just that little stiff arm there. And you think, oh, I'm bigger than this guy. I can bring him down. Look at this. Just an absolute, just shove off the bigger defender there. No problem. Quite a play by Tahi to keep that thing alive and to get not just positive yardage, but a 2nd and short now for your team at midfield.
The clock continues to run as well. Skyridge in no rush, in control. Up 6 with the ball, just short of midfield. Fontaine hands it off. Nice run around the end by number 5, and that is Talmadge Oswald.
They've been trying that a couple of times tonight with Talmadge Oswald, and it's been either hit early or blown up just on the edge after just like 5 or 6, but that one paid off finally. The blocking was there. The defenders left their spaces. And a nice gap that was left there by those offensive linemen and those backs to make those blocks.
So it's 1st and 10, now in American Fork territory at the Cavemen 34-yard line. How about Fontaine coming into this game cold for the injured Keneal Sweetwine? He's been solid so far in relief. This time Fontaine will keep. Gets a few yards before he's run out of bounds.
Shifty, isn't he? I mean, he's smaller, obviously, than Sweetwine is, but those feet are quick, and that turned from being a loss or just a gain or a no gain situation, he turns it into 4 pretty quick.
Clock did stop. with him running out of bounds. It was a gain of 3, 2nd and 7. Fontaine will run again, QB run. And they pull him down short of the 6. He's past the 30.
Yeah, going to have a 3rd and short here, and they're confident in his running ability. He is too. I mean, the only times that they were running him before, you saw these design runs where he just takes the snap and immediately goes. And I'll tell you, he's quick. And you have that advantage of the lead, and you're putting yourself into territory now where you're like, look, I don't trust the kicking game right now. It's still a bit slick out there. We don't like our chances with the kicking. So you would think this would be a 2-down situation here at 3rd and short.
Big play here, 3rd and 4 from the 28-yard line of American Fork. Fontaine to Tahi. Tahi fighting for yards. He's short of the sticks by about 3 yards.
What a stop by American Fork, who hadn't had a lot of these tonight where they only hold him to 1 or 2 yards. And they hold him to 1 right there. And it looks like he might be down.
Oh, Tahi's shaking up.
Is that Tahi down?
Oh, boy.
I mean, it is. You think about that backfield for Skyridge, the only way they win games in the long run is with Tahi back there and with Sweetwine. And if they're both gone, going to be asking a lot of some younger guys who haven't gotten a lot of reps. I mean, Tahi's been in basically on every offensive snap of the night.
Game Night Live is powered by Utah Community Credit Union. Celebrate 25 UCCU branches across the Wasatch Front and enter to win a Jeep. UCCU, love where you bank. So we'll see what the situation is here with Lincoln Tahi. Skyridge is a deep team, but he has been their MVP tonight. What he's done in both the run and pass game tonight has been essential, and without him, that will change the game.
Yeah, in terms of running backs in the region, there aren't a lot of guys who touch what Tahi brings to Skyridge on both ends of being able to catch it and being able to run that ball. He's just so dang consistent, and he's also probably the toughest guy on the field at any given time. And luckily up on his own power, but coming off shaken for sure.
Well, that's something to watch. We'll see how many plays he misses. But Skyridge now looking at the final 4:59 of this game without their starting quarterback or starting running back. Their depth will be tested right now. It is 4th and 3. Instead of a field goal attempt, they will go for it this time. Jagger Fontaine at quarterback.
Got to think Fontaine's going to keep this one here.
He will. He's going to look to throw it. He throws it up for grabs.
Oh, my.
It's caught! It's a touchdown!
Holy.
Oh, my goodness! O'Marion Sanders! On 4th and 3.
JJ, was this ball by Fontaine? It looked like it was getting thrown away. I thought, he's just trying to bail himself out. Instead, that ball floats up there for what seemed like an eternity and goes to the only person down there who was open. O'Marion Sanders, he's wide open, has time to get underneath it, and just dive into the end zone for a touchdown. What a bailout that the sophomore gave his team in that one. Blown coverage on the back end there to leave O'Marion Sanders just standing, waiting for that ball almost near his end zone.
They're going to go for 2. So we'll hold off on the replay until after the conversion, but we have to see that again. Fontaine looking in the end zone. He's wrapped up. He's not going to get the 2, but more important than that, they now out by 2 scores with 4:41 left, 26-14. Here's another look.
12 or 14 points either way. It's going to be 2 touchdowns that have to get put up by American Fork to bring this one back. But where was the safety?
They sold out on the run on 4th and 3, and they weren't ready for this. There was no safety.
Yeah, you got the linebacker who's spying. And why is it? Oh, somebody fell down. And that's a tough thing right there. And, you know, that kid, he knew it too. He's on the back end, and that's what happened. You watch number 15 in coverage back here. He's there with him and falls down. I think they get their legs mixed up.
That's exactly what happened. Oh, what a tough break for American Fork.
That is tough. He's right there.
But let's give Jagger Fontaine credit in a tough spot here. It wasn't his best throw, but he threw it off his back foot under pressure and still got it where it needed to be. And O'Marion Sanders makes the play and turns up and gets into the end zone for the touchdown in what might have clinched victory for Skyridge here.
Yeah.
And if Skyridge wins this game tonight, assuming
Corner Canyon defeats Lehigh, they would share a region title in the toughest region in the state, which is significant.
Yeah, in a year that it was up for grabs, man. I mean, these teams were all beating each other up.
Yep. This will be returned. Up the middle. Gets a little bit more than the 20, but not much. So the Cavemen have 4:36 left to score 2 touchdowns. That's the reality here for the Cavemen after that play, and that's why that was such a huge play in this game. On 4th and 3, the sophomore Jagger Fontaine comes in relief of Keneal Sweetwine, who went out with an injury, and under extreme pressure, throws the ball up. O'Marion Sanders makes an incredible play.
Yeah, and now
it's
it's tough sledding for AF because now they know what your game plan is. You got to throw the ball down the field to get some yards and then a touchdown, and they do it again.
It's caught!
I can't
What
believe
a
it.
catch! Guess who? He's been doing it all night long.
Like I
Ty
said,
Homestead.
Homestead makes the catch, and the safety goes, I got a free interception right here. It goes straight through his hands, and what concentration by 85, the sophomore Homestead, who just, it goes through the defender's arms and just right into his. But, yeah, like you said, they know you're going to throw it.
They're dropping 8, and he still got it in there. Childs against pressure, throws, catch is made. AF marching down the field quickly as they have to. Still a little more than 4 minutes left.
Yeah, it's 4 minutes left, but it feels
Dean
like
with the catch.
And it feels like a 2-minute drill, doesn't it? I mean, they're moving.
They got to have 2 scores.
They got to get 2 scores in, and so this defense is a little bit on its heels here because right now, I mean, Childs is putting the ball in there, isn't he?
He is throwing the ball really well right now. Here he goes again. They pick up the blitz over the middle, incomplete.
Yeah,
Needed double coverage.
Tried to go to the same play to his tight end again, and it's been a combination all night with Christian Hanshaw. It's been an easy one, and that one just came up. Those are dangerous throws here at the because that thing gets tipped up, and you have so many defensive backs right now and extra linebackers because it looks like a 3-man front right now. You're not getting a lot of exotic pressure. You're just getting a lot of back end coverage. See what AF does. 2 wide receivers on each side.
The clock stopped with 3:48 left to play. Childs goes outside. Incomplete.
Yeah, just he saw that defender and knew he didn't want to put it into his hands. So he threw it where the defender couldn't get it, but it was just enough too far to the outside that his wideout couldn't get it either.
American Fork down 26-14. The ball is at the Skyridge 31-yard line. They made quick work down the field here, but all of a sudden this is stalled out, and it's 3rd and 10 at the 31. They have to have 2 touchdowns to win this game.
Look at this defense, basically in an umbrella look here where you have everybody coming across. They send 1 on pressure.
It's forward progress, but not enough for a first down. They're going to get to the 25.
David Dean on that catch, and he's been pretty solid tonight too, but yeah, you're right. I mean, in a perfect world there, but because of where the ball is thrown, Dean has to come back to get it a little bit. So his momentum coming the other way to go downhill is stopped, and so you give yourself a 4th and manageable. But this is the game right here if you can't get it done.
This is big. 4th and 5. A Skyridge stop probably means victory. Time over the middle. Catch is made short of the sticks.
He dropped it.
Doesn't matter either way. Incomplete. Skyridge takes over on downs.
Good effort.
It would have been close, but he couldn't hold on to it.
You know, they've been making amazing catches all night. Siasi's been that guy who's been there, or Tiasi's been the guy who's been there all night to make that catch too. And it was a little bit behind him. Great athletic play, but just cannot reel it in here. And you're right, I don't know if he would have had the mark to be able to get there. But
number 16 in the coverage, Gray Sharp. An important play in the game, breaking up that pass play. And the Falcons are in great position to win this game, up 12 with 3:33 left.
Yeah, now what you're asking your sophomore quarterback who's coming in and doing a phenomenal job. Looks like Tahi's back into the game, but now you're asking him to just keep this thing moving, keep that clock going.
AF will call their first time out of the half.
Yeah, good to see Tahi back in the game, and he's going to be the key to be able to really wrap this thing up. If you can get 7 or 8 yards on this next one or over the next couple of downs, keep that ball moving on the ground. You don't need to put it in the air at all. Even if you have to punt, you're in a good spot because AF's going to have to either burn all their timeouts, JJ, or they're going to have to just face the music on the clock running down too. As soon as a couple of these first downs are converted, this game's probably going to be totally in the books here because AF's going to be out of timeouts.
Great football game. This has been fun. A little bit of everything tonight. Plenty of drama. Much closer than that score indicates. It's been very close the entire way.
Well, you think too, man, that throw was wild.
I know, we still can't get over it. That was something.
Oh boy,
Fontaine's taken down behind the line of scrimmage.
I get it. He bailed because he thought, man, I don't want to give it to Tahi. It looks like this defensive line is right there, but trust your senior running back who misses tackles and forces guys to miss all the time. And that's not your strength, is being able to go up against those 280-pound defensive linemen from American Fork. And they're big and they make some decent plays. And I'll tell you, it's been all night long. It's either Dallin Afu or Javier Na'a we've talked about again, and those guys are big. And with that second timeout taken, just got to get yourself something manageable here. Even if you punt it away, you're okay with that result.
Yeah, you're up 2 scores. You're gonna play this conservatively if you're Skyridge.
I think you're going to see this quarterback draw right here. Oh.
Well, they're going to give him 5 back.
Yeah, why not?
Not in that situation. Not a good play.
Encroachment defense, number 36. 5-yard penalty, 3rd down.
Yeah, they knew somebody was, and they've been doing that clapping action before they recall a play or they set it up again. But like I said, I think they're spreading this field out here to do another called quarterback draw.
American Fork's bringing pressure. It's an empty backfield, so
same look that Sweetwine had on that called quarterback draw when he got the touchdown on that quarterback draw. And I can't imagine you want to throw the ball up in the air and stop the clock anyway.
3:23 left to play. 3rd down and 8. And now Skyridge is going to take a timeout. So they'll talk this over.
Yeah, I think what Skyridge saw was AF was ready to eat up that quarterback draw, and they said, maybe we'll call something a little different, especially since now it's not 3rd and 13, it's 3rd and 8, So a little bit of a different play call makes it up here.
Team's back on the field. Here we go. 3rd and 8. 3:23 left to play. Skyridge on their own 28-yard line. Jagger Fontaine at quarterback. Keneal Sweetwine knocked out of the game with an injury earlier in the quarter. Empty backfield. Going to throw quick. Knocked down at the line of scrimmage. That stops the clock. And that saves that timeout for American Fork.
Yeah, I don't love the call. You're almost better off taking almost a knee there because then they have to burn that extra timeout, which they would have done, and then you punt the ball. But now you stop the clock, and I don't know. I love the idea of just handing it off to Tahi to see what happens.
So Skyridge will punt. Almost blocked. Nice high punt. Oof. Fair catch is made at the 38-yard line. Sorry, the 44-yard line. Well, the American Fork Cavemen still have some life. They're going to need 2 scores. They've got 3:14 to do it. They need to get a touchdown and then get the onside kick conversion, which is very rare. But we have seen it done often enough to give them hope.
Like I said, I mean, we still see the sheen on the field from up here too.
Yeah.
So maybe that does take a little bit of a hop, skip, and a jump, and why not? Listen, we deserve something fun. Come on.
That's why wherever all of us are tuning in here is to see a little bit of drama. Let's see what happens. Catch is made, not much of a gain there, and the clock continues to run.
That's Dyson Richards, the other tight end, making that catch there. A couple of 6'5" tight ends, easy to throw to, easy to find on the field.
They're going to have to take some deep shots. That's not going to. They don't have the clock to get it done with those. Childs throws.
Gotta
Catch
get
made.
out.
Dean tries to turn upfield, and he does to get the first down. That'll stop the clock temporarily, but they got to hurry and get on the ball.
I think he ended up going out of bounds, and so I think.
Did they get him out of bounds?
Yeah, they said the ref looked like he clocked it. He may have he did. He stepped out right there. So they're gonna kill it right there anyway because he stepped out.
It is a first down.
Well, they're running the clock.
Now the clock runs. Childs to the outside. Catch is made. Taisi wrapped up right at the marker. He doesn't even gain a yard.
Yeah, and no gain on an out throw like that. Now you're not just going. You're calling some wild stuff here that's pretty easy to pick. Pretty easy to predict what's going to happen here. So
it's like on that last drive, they've got to get downfield. You've got to attack the secondary here. They don't have time for the short stuff. Here's another deep shot. That's what they need, and it almost worked.
Yeah,
incomplete.
Yeah,
nice defense.
Homestead was there again, and he's been the guy all night. Ball just a little bit short. The defender from Skyridge able to get into there and get those hands at. Almost short-handed again by Homestead. They almost reeled it in. The defender ended up having to pop that thing out.
Braylon Sidwell with the coverage. So it's 3rd and 10 from the 48. The clock does stop with the incompletion. 1:57 left on the clock. American Fork does have that one timeout. Childs, pressure comes. Got to get rid of it and does. Catch is made. That's a first down. And more. Dean with the catch. Gets out of bounds. That stops the clock. That's exactly what they needed there.
Yeah, nice chunk there. I mean, you got to go so quickly that every play has to be either an incomplete pass or out of bounds, to get that thing stopped for you so that you can have any kind of a shot at being able to stop the clock without just using a timeout. So Dean's had a nice night tonight. Boy, these wideouts from American Fork. And to Child's credit, he's been putting it right on him.
1st and 10 from the 30. Childs. In the pocket, has time, takes a shot over the middle, intercepted. Skyridge with the interception. And a great return. He's got a chance. Finally taken down past midfield. That should do it.
Makai Diarte looked like who was the one in coverage there, maybe, if I'm getting that right. Number 26 looked like who made that interception.
Yep. Makai Diarte with the pick.
It was the. I might have jinxed poor Childs on that throw because it was the only one that we saw floated like that all night, right?
Yeah.
JJ, we didn't see throws like that miss that often tonight for him, but you have so much you have to do to get downfield, and you feel like you have to be a hero in that exact moment, and you need 2 scores, so you make some desperate moves, and that was one of them for Childs.
Number 25.
Yeah,
that's Ethan Shriver.
Ethan Shriver, the safety.
Ethan Shriver, the sophomore safety with the pick.
Good for him. I mean, that was well read, and yeah, he floated this one. It was not like him. He was putting the balls exactly on his guy short so that the defenders who were over the top couldn't get those balls all night, and instead that one floated and didn't give his guy a shot even at that one. So easy pick for the safety, and now you're going to see American Fork just took their last time out. And if you're Skyridge now, you can pretty much just snap it twice, and you're probably okay.
Yeah, this game is all but over. Great effort tonight by American Fork on their home field. They did a lot of good things tonight, but just did not have enough offense. And we have to give credit to Jagger Fontaine, who came in a tough spot and put this game on ice with a 4th and 3 conversion and a touchdown pass to Amarian Sanders.
Well, in the drive,
what a play!
And in the drive before that, what did he do? He kept it moving too, and I mean, they handed that ball off to Tahi, and he did his thing as well. I mean, the leadership there was phenomenal, and so good for him tonight. But the sophomore coming in and getting it done, man, that was absolutely clutch to be able to come in and look as confident as he did. Kudos to him to coming in and picking up where his senior quarterback left off.
Shows the depth on this Skyridge team and this program.
Might be in good hands with him at the QB.
It's a formality now. We're clock stop with 49 seconds left. It'll be 3rd down and 14. Looks like Skyridge took a timeout.
Well, I think they took the delay penalty, and then now they might have one more snap left, and then if they get that one off, they'll probably just have to. Now they took the timeout. After they took the delay, then they took the timeout. Just wanted everybody to take a little bit of extra cold air out there on the field. Soak it up. This win on your opponent's field here. You know that the American Fork offensive line, they have protected Childs all night tonight. All that pressure that came. I don't even know if he was pressured that many times, Childs was. He had the one where he had to get rid of it and was under pressure and kind of had that funky throw out here to the outside that was almost an intentional grounding. That was the only time that we really saw him under a lot of duress. And so kudos to that O-line from AF who did a phenomenal job against a really good defensive front.
Yeah, just a couple offensive drives that they couldn't finish on, and when they're watching film as they get ready for the playoffs, they're gonna look at that, and that's something that they got to clean up. They've got a bye week next week, basically, so they'll have at least 10 days. Actually, more than that.
Looks like the play clock and the game clock are just a little bit off of one another, but I think the play clock is a tiny bit ahead, so I think that's going to do it.
That should do it. And that's going to do it for our Game Night Live regular season. We do look forward to the postseason. The brackets will be revealed Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Remember, in 6A, there is a play-in game for the 16th seed. Other than that, everybody else will have a bye a week from Friday, and then 2 weeks from Friday we'll have 6A playoff games. So these teams will get a break. They'll get a chance to heal up. And if you're Skyridge, Alex, that's a team that's has some question marks going in. What is the health of Keneal Sweetwine?
That's the biggest thing, right? I mean, like if you're all these 6A teams in Region 3 are going to have question marks going, I don't know what to expect, you know? I mean, it's been – but that's the type of an odd move that if you're going to have to go with your backup sophomore quarterback to go into the playoffs, if it's something a little bit extra, man, I'll tell you, that'll be tough. So, yeah, in American Fork, they're the type of team that'll be seeded probably lower than they would love to be. But I'll tell you what's going to happen is
they're going to be up there, though. I mean,
well, they're going to make some problems for people whoever they're going to face in those first rounds.
Their RPI is going to be top 10. There's no doubt about that in my mind. Skyridge is probably looking at the 2 or the 3 seed. We'll see how the RPI ends up. I think you're looking at Corner Canyon, Skyridge, Davis, maybe Harriman as your top 4 based on the latest RPI that we've seen. Mountain Ridge might sneak up and get that 4, or you could see one of those other Region 3 teams getting up that high. But
either way, you could see
top 10 for sure.
You could see either one of these teams making a deep run that the playoffs sort of give you sometimes, right? Where you're just not expecting, guys find a different level. They find a different juice. You're playing at home maybe for a game or two, and then sky's the limit for teams like American Fork who just go, hey, we're a talented team. We're just playing against some of the most talented people in the whole region, and
they will be intimidated by no one in the playoffs. Right. They've played a very tough schedule, even their non-region. They played West in non-region and got a win in Salt Lake City against the the West Panthers, who's one of the top teams in the state, maybe the best team in 5A.
Davis came down here and beat American Fork on this field as well.
Right.
And, again,
they play the top teams in the state. They know who they are, and they know who everybody else is.
Sure. Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how they do this. How they do this one, because Davis is going to be tough coming out of there, and I think that you're going to see a lot of folks who are excited to see how this one works out. And I know we've got a player who had a pretty decent game who's down there on the field to join us on the program.
Skyridge celebrating a victory down in the south end zone. Standing by is our most valuable player of the game, Lincoln Tahi. Had a big night tonight in a game against American Fork. Lincoln, congratulations on the win. This was quite a battle. How would you describe that game tonight?
True. American Fork is a very well-coached team, very tough team. But I think we just kept our heads down and put in the work we needed to and executed how we needed to, and we came out on top,
Lincoln, you look a little dinged up there at the end, but you came back out. Here come his teammates to blast him. How was it to be able to come back from that after you got hurt? And then you come back out there and you salt that thing away. A big-time win for you guys.
Yeah, of course. That'll secure us a good spot in the playoffs. And, we all came out here and did our thing tonight.
Lincoln, I got to ask you about your sophomore quarterback who came in at a tough spot there in the fourth quarter. Keneal goes out. Looks like he got shaken up. And you turned to a sophomore quarterback in Jagger Fontaine. And what a tremendous play he came up with on 4th and 3.
Yeah, Jagger, we like to call him Mick Swagger. He does the job. He does the job he needs to, and he gets it done, and put us in the best position to win tonight.
Well, we're looking forward to see what you guys can do in the playoffs. How big of a deal has it been to be able to make sure that you guys were able to get these wins, not just in region play, but on the field of a region opponent too? That's huge for you guys.
Yeah, that's big. We came back from a bye week. We put in all the work, and so we're the more prepared team tonight.
Last thing for you, Lincoln, you came off a bye week, and now you're going to have almost 2 weeks off before your next playoff game. What do you guys do now to stay hungry and stay ready for what comes next?
We just go back to work right after fall break and after these 2 weeks, and keep putting in the work we do and keep executing and play Skyridge football.
It's a heck of a group behind you there. That's a good team right there, Lincoln.
Yes,
enjoy the win, and we'll see you guys down the road in the playoffs. Congratulations on the win.
I appreciate you. Thank you.
Skyridge football, look at those guys. I love that they came in and did that to him, man. He's trying to be professional over there taking the interview, but his teammates too excited for him.
We're having
a
good time on Game Night Live. Hey, the Skyridge Falcons deserve it. That was a gritty win. Rain down on the field, Alex, and they found a way tonight. That American Fork team is good. American Fork didn't turn the ball over until the end of the game. They grinded this one out in bad conditions with some adversity. They lose the starting quarterback. That was fun.
Well, change his name officially on the rosters to Swagger Fontaine. You can't beat that when your teammates are saying that about you. They already know what you can do in practice. That's probably a testament to how they probably see what he does and they go, whoa.
Yeah.
And the Swagger part was the confidence that really no sophomore should have business having that much confidence coming into a 6A game and region play in the second half, and you're asked to do that. And I'm sure that's what his coaching staff is saying right now is we eked that one out, man. That was an awesome game, and that's a huge region victory, and you do it with a backup quarterback. It's awesome.
All right, our regular season on Game Night Live is complete. We do not know what game we will broadcast next, but we cannot wait to find out. As I said, the brackets will be revealed on Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Once they are revealed, we will choose a game. It will most likely be a 5A or 4A playoff game because they'll have a full bracket of play coming up on that following Friday night. So we will let you know on KSL Sports social media channels as soon as we know what game we'll be broadcasting, but we can't wait to bring it to you. Alex, thanks for filling in tonight.
Absolutely.
Picked a great game to come down here and have a good time. This was a blast. We had a great call. We hope you enjoyed it at home. That's the end of this regular season for Game